Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Round Robin. Hi, Robin.
Hey, Rob.
How are you?
I'm pretty good.
Awesome. People probably want
Yeah.
to know what we're talking about before the show. We're never going to tell. We don't tell.
Right, right.
We don't give away those secrets. Unless I actually turn the voice on and I don't know about it, then everybody hears everything.
Uh-huh.
So we will not go back to the subject we were just talking about, which is worshiping Satan. We're not going to talk about it.
That's right.
Yeah. Speaking of Satan worshippers, you are currently living in an area where your phone's blowing up with alerts.
Yeah. Um, so there were some riots in a town near me. I'm sorry if there's a lot of background noise. My husband's vacuuming.
Why is he vacuuming now? He
Uh,
knows when the show
I
is.
don't know. I don't know. And so there were riots and protests in Kenosha, and some people got shot, and it was very sad. And there was a person involved, and he got arrested here in Antioch, where I live. So they locked our town down. We're on curfew right now. Everything's crazy.
And the
It is
curfew's
what it
right now,
is.
right? 8 o'clock?
Yeah, we are
Yeah.
under curfew right now, which sucks because we didn't know about the curfew around the time that my mother-in-law left. She lives with us, but she goes out with her friends, or she works out of town. And so she was going leaving, and while she was driving, we got the news about the lockdown. So I made sure to text her and be like, "Hey, they're locking everything down, whatever." Um so that's unfortunate. I hope she's okay. I'll probably text her in a little while and make sure everything's all right with her and she's not stuck somewhere or anything like that.
Will she be coming back to your house? Is that where her final destination?
No. I mean, I'm sure she'll probably carry on going to her. She stays with some of her coworkers cuz her job is so far away.
Oh, I
You know what I
see.
mean?
Okay.
So it's easier for her to go stay with her coworkers cuz she works really far away. Um so that's probably, she probably made it there for all I know. She's having a good old time. Okay, I'm going to stop talking. It's your turn now.
Okay.
So, how was your
I'm
day?
I my day was good. I went and got groceries at the Walmarts. As everyone knows who listens to me. Um I order my groceries online and then I go pick them up at Walmart, and it's the best. And I've actually been doing that for 4 years. A lot of people thought I just started doing it because of the coronavirus. No, I've been
Yeah.
doing it since 2016, and I love it. And you order what you want online, and then you drive over there, and the guy comes out and he goes, "We had to substitute this, but today there were no substitutions," and you can refuse
Nice.
it. And then they sign for you, and then they open your car and put it in, and you drive away. It's awesome.
Yes.
And
I hate when
then
they substitute stuff. It
I know.
really irks me.
I've actually complained about that a lot. I'm like, it's the year 2020. You guys don't have like live dynamic inventory on the website
Right.
like every other company in the world. And they go,
Yeah.
well, the distribution and the vis-a-vis the warehouses and the trucking and the shipping lines. And I'm like, yeah, you're Walmart. Fixed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they go, okay, we'll give you a coupon. I'll go, okay, fine. And then I calm down.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right. Yeah, it's true. Give me free shit.
ZKGG in the chat says, Rob, I ended up picking up the full effects suit. I think maybe he means suite, but
Sweet.
that's awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, probably.
Awesome. Thank you, dude. I hope you enjoy that. I'm sure you will. I haven't really in 3 years since I made those in mid 2017, I think. And of course, I've been adding to them all the time. I don't think I've ever had one complaint. Not even one.
That's good. I
Yeah.
wish I could say the same. Lately, I've gotten a little string of 2 and 3-star reviews on some of my stuff, and it makes me really sad.
Oh, yeah, remember I told you I
I
used
know,
to
I
I
know.
used to like lose sleep over that at night. And but there's with almost 60,000 items sold now, I can't let that bother me. There's just
Yeah.
haters. There's people, I go on Twitter and say I hate Trump, and then they go, oh, 2 stars, 2 stars, 2 stars, and they come and they
Yeah.
use their personal
Right.
attacks, whatever. I don't care. I don't even. The
And
sucky thing about those ratings is you don't know who it is.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It doesn't say, "Oh, Jim Bob Johnson left this
Good old Jim
rating,"
Bob
or
Johnson.
whatever.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He must have
You
slipped
know
up.
what I
He
mean?
leaves 5 stars all the time.
Right. and I'm really thick-skinned, like, in real life, like, sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never hurt. I'm pretty thick-skinned person, but, like, I don't have that many reviews on a lot of my stuff, because I'm kinda like the new kid on the block, so it's like, if I get one, like, little three-star review, that's it. That's the rating for my
Right.
product now, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
And I'm like,
sucks.
"No, it's not that bad." Um, I don't know why I'm complaining about it though. Like in the end, it's not that big of a deal. And in my defense, some of these are literally just Fantasy Grounds conversions of content I didn't make in the first place. So,
Yeah, like I've
it is what
had.
it is.
Now, if they review it as opposed to rate it, like if they go and review it and leave their comments, then you do know who it is and you can also
Right.
respond.
Yeah.
And I've had many instances where um people Scuba says he doesn't leave a rating unless it's 5 stars. That's nice.
If you don't have anything nice to say,
Yeah,
don't
that's right.
say anything else. I love it.
But he's got a good mother. Um what happens is I've had many people come and say this sucks, and after Act 2 the denouement and the characters and I'm like, I'm not the author. I just converted it to Fantasy
Right.
Grounds. You want to go complain on the PDF, the
Yeah.
author, and then I if the person is conscientious enough, they'll either change the rating to a better rating or, but most people don't care. They just move on to the next hate part of their
Yeah.
lives. But
Yeah.
and then I don't do this much anymore, but I used to when someone would rate, like you'd get emails because I have email notification,
Me
and I'd
too.
get like 55 emails, new rating, new rating, new rating, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 5 star, 4, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and I would go to the Discord and go, who just rated a bunch of titles? And they go, oh,
Yeah.
that was me. And then I go, was the 4 star really a 4 star? And if so, I want to know why. Or did you just misclick? And they're like, no, I misclicked, and they go back and change it. So that's, but I
Oh.
don't. There's so many now. I can't even. That would be my whole day if I was chasing that crap.
Right.
But it
Yeah.
used to make me crazy.
I wish I can't I used to be able to leave ratings and reviews, but now I can't anymore
You're a
because
publisher, yeah.
I'm stupid. Yeah, because I'm a publisher now.
And publishers
And
can't
it really
rate.
sucks because I bought so many things lately that I wanna go and, like, 5 stars, I love that, like Critical Awesome Essentials
Well, what
and
you
stuff
can
like that.
do,
Like, I wanna go give it 5 stars, but I can't.
even though you can't rate it or review it, you can comment on it.
Yes. Yeah,
So
I
what
can
I've
do
done
that.
is
That's,
on.
like, a lot of effort,
Yeah.
though.
No, that's what I've done. I've gone to people's stuff and wrote, "Hey, really awesome. I can't rate or review because I'm a publisher, but 5 stars
Yeah.
right in the comments."
Yeah,
And other
exactly.
people read that.
True.
One of my other pet peeves
Good
with the
point.
DMs Guild is I always like if people start comments, and I tried to teach everybody on the team that has publications. If you get comments on there, go there and answer the question and then nicely add in the future rather than commenting here, drop by the Discord where we can have 1,300 people talk about it. And
Yeah.
because I
On the
don't.
plus side, though, if you answer people's questions on those little comment pages, other people who are looking to buy it will see that, hey, oh, they answered their questions. They're very helpful. I'm
And
going to
we
buy
always
this
do.
product.
Yeah, we always answer them, but we also add come to the Discord
Yeah.
because 80% of comments are this didn't work, and then
I
it's
know.
always user error. They always fuck something up, and then we're
Yep.
like, oh, it's the extension goes in your extensions folder, not your modules folder, and they go, oh, I didn't know that. Thanks. And yeah, it's only in a README and a fucking in your face and in the instructions and everything. I tell you, and I come to your house and I
Yep.
knock on your door, extensions folder.
They knock on your door just like that.
Yeah, that's right. Ding dong.
That's
Oh,
funny.
Scuba says incoming. I wonder what he's sending me.
He's going to go rate all your things. Give it a big old 5 stars.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and I used
Yeah.
to up to a certain point I was able to go on Twitter and write, "Hey, the coding packages for Fantasy Grounds for 5th edition, 35 5-star reviews can't be wrong." And then
Mhm.
it's the second anybody gives you a 4 or lower, you can't say that anymore.
Yeah.
Then you got a 4.98, whatever.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Haters.
It's
Everybody's a
all good
hater.
though. It is. All right. Well, what's next on our show notes?
Show notes. What do you guys in the chat want to talk about? You can ask us questions or propose subjects. Who's here? Let's see who's here. Let's see. Let's see. Gorvidal is here. Cuba's here. Caesar's here. What up, bitches?
What
Other
up, bitches?
and if you're here and I don't say your name, that's because I don't know your name, and some people don't like to be called out in the chat. So if I err on the side of not doing it, hey, Wedge is here, George Orr is here, Marmusman's here,
Oh yeah, I used to hate getting called out by streamers.
Revan Master, yeah. So I with the Windsor's here and ZKGG. So yeah, if I didn't say your name, that's only because I don't know if it's okay to say your name.
General Wedge says, "But are we really here?"
Yeah. Are we really here? I don't know.
Oh, you pissed off Marmusman. Fuck.
Because I said his name. I've only said his name 85,000 times in this stream. I enjoy reviewing the since he's stopped beating the neighborhood children. What is he talking?
Ooh, Zeke has a good question that I think we can both answer. But why don't you also sell the mod or extensions on the Fantasy Ground store? Because with DM's Guild, they have exclusivity license agreements. So if you put something on the DM's Guild, it can only be sold on the DM's Guild. But also, in addition to that, there's like extra steps, extra process you have to go through to get stuff on the Fantasy Ground store. So,
Right.
because of the DM's Guild, the way the licensing works, they've already worked out things with Fantasy Grounds and Smiteworks. It's easy to be a DM's Guild publisher and publish whether it's PDFs or just modules, just extensions, whatever. You just put them on the DM's Guild and then they're there.
Right.
That's the gist of it.
Yeah, I couldn't have answered it better myself, actually. I don't think I have anything to add to that. But it is just a much easier process to do DM's Guild. And also, you don't have to worry about any licensing. You don't have to worry about if it's 5e, you have full reign of the IP except for art.
Mm-hmm.
And you can do anything you want. And I mainly do the team does conversions for other people which start as PDFs, right? But most of the stuff that we do now, the bulk of our work now is extensions and tools and codes and stuff like that. Like Robin, why don't you tell them what you're building right now?
Oh, right now I'm working on like a lot of things right now, Rob. But I think you're referring to the summons
Yes.
encounters. Yeah, so for every spell that's in 5th edition, including official Wizards of the Coast modules, and I went as far as Kobold Press, Frog God Games, all the big ones. If I found spells, if they summon creatures, I'm making the encounters that give you all the options. So take, conjure animals, you can conjure 8 CR 1/4 beasts. So I made an encounter for every possible 8 times wolves and 8 times cats, you know what I mean? So like every possibility that you could do that. So I'm making that module. It's actually gonna be done probably tomorrow.
Oh wow.
I yeah, and I hate like really saying, "Oh, I'm gonna be done with this on XYZ day," but I feel pretty solid that I'll be done with it tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then like Friday at the latest.
You know what we should do? Now that I'm thinking about it, hold on a second. I'm gonna you entertain people while I look something up. Really.
Okay, I'm gonna answer Scuba's question.
Okay.
So Scuba said, any suggestions about getting a response from a publisher before publishing a FG conversion? So Scuba, that depends on who the publisher is. If you're talking about like a DM's Guild conversion, generally speaking, you actually don't have to have their permission, but that's not a good way to go about it.
No, right.
But like legally, according to the DM's Guild terms of use, whatever, you don't actually have to, but most people will not like you if you convert their stuff without asking them. So I generally say always reach out to the authors of whatever you're trying to convert if you want to make a conversion for them of their stuff, if there's not already one.
Yeah.
Other than that, if you're talking about other publishers, that's like a whole a whole different, because if they want their stuff for Fantasy Grounds, they have to go through Smiteworks, unfortunately. And that's just the way the cookie crumbles.
So the now and also just a clarifier on that, if you are doing it for your own purposes and you're not going to sell it or distribute it,
Right.
then you can just do whatever the fuck you want. If you're just using it at your house.
Yeah,
But
all the time.
Yeah, But if you're gonna give it away, hashtag see me first, because don't do anything for no money.
Yeah.
Or if you're gonna sell it, hashtag see me again, because I'm the guy. Then yeah, you gotta make sure you got the author's permission. Again, technically, what Robin said is correct, and it even says in the terms of service, you don't have to ask for permission.
I
But
just don't recommend it.
yeah,
Like,
it's kind of an
bad
unwritten rule.
thing.
Like you just don't do that. Like that's a thing you just don't do, right?
Oh, Winghorn Press. So some of their PDFs are on the DMs Guild. So yeah, I mean, maybe you could reach out. Oh, I see you already reached out to them. I don't know how to help with that one because they're kind of like a mid-sized, third party publisher. They're not like small fries anymore, but they're not like Cobalt Press either. So they might be kind of hard to reach out to. Um, I don't know, if you're just doing it for personal use though, there's no there's nothing wrong with that. I subscribe to a Patreon for EN World, but it's their 5th edition Patreon called EN Cider, basically. But the S is the number 5. Okay, anyway, so I subscribe to their Patreon and I convert everything they come out with every time it comes out. And I have like my own little stockpile of that stuff. But I can't the only thing I can do with it is use it for myself. I can't like, "Hey, here's all of the Patreon you know what I mean? Because that's against the law and not cool. But
Yeah.
I'm rambling.
So is it? I've been saying ZKGG like you get an EKG, it's a ZKG, or is it
Oh,
Zeke like
I
Zeke
say
GG like
Z
Robin? Tell us
the
Zeke, which
game. Yeah,
oh it is.
GG.
It's Zeke GG. So you're so nice, Zeke, because I said it about 95,000 times over the last week or so, and you never corrected me. Zeke GG as in good game. So here's what I'm doing, Robin, on September 6th, which is a Sunday night. You will be the guest on All Things Fantasy Grounds, and you can ask yourself questions.
Can't actually.
Oh, you're not
Wait,
going to
this
be
is
there that
September
day?
6th. Hang on. Well, so let me get back to you on that.
Okay. If not,
Don't set it
we'll
in
just push
stone
it to
yet.
the next week then.
Right, it's either gonna have to be that or reverse the week before. I don't know, something you know what I mean? My grandmother-in-law is coming to spend a week here at our house,
Uh
so I
huh.
actually have to cancel, like, a lot of my commitments for that whole
Okay.
week, um,
So
which is
whichever then,
unfortunate, but,
whichever, we'll work it out.
yeah, yeah.
But
I'll get
yeah,
back
and then
to
you can
you.
come
Yeah.
on and because you've
Oh,
actually
sweet.
never. I mean, we've talked about your stuff a little bit on the show, but you've never been the focus of a show, so we'll
No,
do
that's
that.
not true. I
No?
have. The very first time I was ever on the show, I got to talk about my DM's Guild before I was like you had me on as a guest. And then I
Oh,
came back
did
to be on the
we?
show forever.
Oh
Yeah,
yes,
but that
this
was a long time
was
ago,
yeah,
and I've
that
come
was
out
in
with a lot of
March.
stuff since then.
That
Yeah.
was in March. And then the next week you were a co-host of the show.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah,
'Cause
that's when it was. It was March 8th when I fell in love with your personality and decided, yes, she needs to be always here. And then now you
Aw,
are. Except for
thanks.
June 21st, you weren't on that show because I keep track.
It was
I
my
keep
son's
notes.
birthday.
Oh, was it? Because
Mhm.
I can go back later
Yeah.
and go, oh no, you weren't here that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I try not to miss, like, be a perpetual person who doesn't show up. I try not to be that way.
No, I think the only show you
I
haven't been
think
on since March 8th was that your son's birthday.
yeah,
Everyone else
cool.
you've been
Yeah, I
here.
was gonna say all things considering, like, I'm a mom of 3, like, I think I have a pretty good track record for not being flaky.
Right? Right?
It's
Does
pretty
your
good.
grandmother-in-law play
She does
RPGs?
not. No, not at all, and I don't think she would in a million, million, million years
So
either,
that
so
reminds me, some of you may have seen this. I'm not sure what the company is, but it's definitely an internet service provider of some kind, or maybe Xfinity TV or whatever. But there's a commercial where they're talking about internet speeds or whatever, and from the side, like from this angle here, there's like an 80-year-old woman on a laptop in her living room going, "What about the speeds for my gaming?" And it's hilarious.
Aw, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah, my grandmother-in-law, she's in her 80s, I think, or, like, late 70s. She's super sweet, super nice. She'll be here for a whole week, which is a little long, but we'll make do.
Well, she's got 3 kids to distract her.
um, right.
Yeah.
That's what I'm worried about. My kids being around her for a whole week, but
Is she a spoiler? Is that what
yeah,
she
it'll
does?
be fine. Yeah, I mean, not as much as like the stereotypical, grandma would, because she'll put them in their place if they do something bad or whatever. No, I mean, you know how like it is just sometimes with family, staying too long. You're
Yeah.
like, okay,
Oh,
that was
yeah.
long enough.
That's why I live by myself today,
uh,
so okay.
right, right,
I
right.
can't have anybody here yelling at
Um,
me.
but no, she's super sweet. We're mostly worried about like the sleeping arrangements because if things are already kind of rearranged because my mother-in-law lives with us. So we've already double bunked up two of our kids when they used to have their own rooms. So now we're like, we don't know how we're gonna rearrange it now, for her to be here for a week, but we'll figure something out. It'll
You
be
can tell
fine.
how full my glass is by the condensation. It's shiny up here, and it's
Oh yeah,
condensations down here.
that's cool. I think she's coming on September 10th though, but like I said, I'll get back to you on that.
Okay.
I
Yep.
don't know a day. I don't know the days.
We had old broads in our WoW guild. So I'm glad it's Belle using the phrase old
Broads,
broads
old broads, yeah.
because Belle
I
is
like
in
it.
fact a woman, not a man. So she's
Mhm.
more able to say this term. All those old movies. Let's get some broads like from the 40s. I just always thought that was
Right?
so
Yeah.
funny to me.
I had back when I played WoW, I was on two different raid teams, and one of them was all ladies. And our tank, which if you are familiar with MMOs, is usually the person who plays like a paladin or a warrior or a barbarian, type like frontline kind of character. Our tank was this old lady. She was like 83 and like great grandmother to like 16 people. She had like 16 great grandkids or whatever. But she was a dream. I loved her. She was awesome.
I hope I'm playing games when I'm
Uh,
83.
yeah. Right?
Yeah,
Me too.
there's a spirited young gentleman behind
I
me.
know. He's so
He's
funny.
crawling. He's
He's
crawling to stay out of the
he
shot, even
crawled
though he
in
just
here.
jumped up in the back, like he's mixing his
That's my
intent.
8-year-old. He's funny like that. He crawled in here too.
He
Oh my
crawls
god, you
in,
guys.
he stands up, jumps up and down, and then crawls out. That's funny.
Yep. Welcome to my life. All right, Rob, what do you got? What do you
What
got
do you
now?
got?
What do you got?
So yeah. Oh, did anybody? Oh yeah, I guess a couple people did ask questions. It says
Mhm.
here contest for the stand-in Robin. We got to make stuff up. I don't know what that means.
Oh, like if I'm not on the show that week when my
Oh,
grandma-in-law's here.
yeah, I used to have like if somebody wasn't with me, but it's very rare. But because Layroon used to be there, and then Lady Shell was there for a while, and
Yeah.
I've had a couple guest hosts, but since like unless Furied isn't gonna be there also, and I'm by myself, I would probably try to find somebody to come on real quick. But I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do it by myself. I wonder if I ever have. I don't know if I ever have done the show by myself.
You can't do this show by yourself.
No,
You
no,
have
I
to bring
couldn't. Yeah,
somebody.
somebody has to be on this one. Um.
You should bring Belle on if she'd be interested.
Oh
I think
yeah, I
it'd be
could bring
really
Belle on.
cool because
Yep.
I would watch the video afterwards and, like, just I think you 2 would be hilarious.
She's funny. We're the same age, maybe, or a year different. I think something. We're very close in age. I think Belle and I are. Um, I just remember that because she said at one point. Oh well, and also it's Belle Muerte 66, which is 1966. You see, Robin, back before the 21st century, there was the 20th century, right?
Oh, yeah, I was born
And
in the 20th
were
century.
you born in what year?
Yeah.
82,
8
80, 88, yeah.
80
Wait, 88? Oh,
88.
God. Yeah, I keep forgetting you're 32. That's just so disturbing to me.
Well, disturbing. I'm awesome,
No, you're
though,
awesome. It's
so
not your fault that you were born in 4 years after I graduated high school. Um, you're 10 days younger, so your birthday is what, March 2nd?
it's my mom's birthday.
Belle says she's 10 days younger than me. which means she would have been born. She would have been born on February 33rd, which I believe is March 5th or
66.
4th. Yeah, so 12. Okay, so yeah, and
Oh,
1966 was not a leap year. I know. I happen to know.
My mom was born March 2nd, 19. I have to do the math. 1960 or 59. 1959.
Yeah, 1959.
I just thought it was really fascinating. Belle's birthday is so close to my mom's birthday. I was like, whoa, same day almost. I don't know. It was cool.
Right. So,
Yeah. Wait. That makes your birthday. Yours, Rob, is March 14th?
No, go the other way.
6th.
It's backwards.
12th.
No, February 23rd.
Son of a bitch. I can't. Oh, February 23rd. I can't do math. Gosh.
Right.
I knew your birthday was February 23rd.
Yeah, I'm older. I'm 12 days older than Belle.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I was born first, right? That's what you do.
Yeah, and I had a lapse, but now I recall your birthday being in February because I have 2 kids. Their birthdays are in February. One of them is very close to your. Actually, you're like in the smack middle of my kids' birthdays. Because my 8-year-old, his birthday is February 19th. And then my 2-year-old's birthday is February 26th. So you're like right in between.
Right in the middle. And when's your birthday? What's the
now
month?
I'll never forget. April 12th.
12th. Yes, you're right. April 12th.
I'm an April baby.
You want to know something weird? Look at the third.
Diamonds are
look
my
at the third. Look at now the 4th chat back. The 4th thing chatted ago. 4 and 12. April 12th. Interesting.
Oh shit.
Yep. I see shit like that. That's how my brain works.
April. Yep. What's the February birthstone? Amethyst?
So mine is the birthstone? I don't know. I'm a Pisces. I'm a fish, but
yeah, one of my sons is a Pisces and the other one's an Aquarius.
But the birthstone is amethyst. Sounds right, actually.
Hey, look, I got it right. It's amethyst. Belle said so.
Okay. Cool. Check out Rob Tui's Dungeon Master. There's just ads in the middle of everything being said. Nafum, is that 62? Is that the year? Is that your year? The year 58 or ish? Is that it? We don't have to wait for his answer. It is. Okay.
Probably. I mean, yeah, totally. I was born in the 60s too.
Yeah, totally.
Totally.
April 12th, 88. Where was I and what was I doing? I was at Washington State University, maybe quitting school right then. Because I only went there from 1 year because it was bullshit. And
I'm trying to imagine what you look like in 1988. Did you have like a business up front, party in the back?
A mullet? No.
Yeah.
I was in ROTC at college, and I had just got out of the army the year before, so I probably just had hair.
You had a buzz cut.
Yeah, probably just had short hair. Wedge's birthday is a day before mine. Probably not the same year. Nafum is 62 years old. Oh, congrats. Awesome. I love it when someone who's older than me shows up. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah, so Nafum was born in around the same time as my mom. Because I'm pretty sure my mom's like 62 now. Look, I don't know.
Well, if she was born in 59,
math is hard.
She can't be 62 yet. Because it would have to be 2021. Yeah, she's going on 62.
You're right. Yeah.
I was married. Why is Belle saying that?
My dad's was way easier to remember because he was born in 1955, and it's so much easier to do the math when it ends in a 5 or a 0.
So let's talk about that. I'm the volume in the radio in the car or the TV or basically anything where you change any temperature on the air conditioning. It has to be, I cannot have an odd number unless that odd number is 5. It has to be
Yep.
factors of 2 or end in a 5 or a 0. I and I'm not generally OCD about stuff, but there's a couple things like if I see the TV volume on 9, the world fucking stops until I find that remote to put it at 8 or 10. Like I can't have it be
Yes.
yeah. And part of that is because of what you said, which is my brain is wired to do math and especially addition and subtraction, and if something ends in a 5 or a 0, it's somehow just way easier to figure out everything else from that.
Right?
Yeah. And I don't know. And another, oh, this, now you're going to get me started on my pet peeves. This is going to be fun. So here's what I have a lot of friends that do this. I'll test you, Robin, and see what you say.
Okay.
If you go to the store and you see something on the shelf for $4.99 and you're trying to explain to somebody that's not there how much this item costs, but you're not being so specific, what do you tell them?
It's $5.
Right, exactly, because you're smart and you're me.
Mhm.
I
I tried
have
to
so
explain
many
this to my
friends.
13-year-old
Yeah,
who
I have
is pedantic as fuck.
pedantic. I have so many friends that would say in that exact situation, "Oh yeah, I got this thing at Kmart for $4." No, you didn't,
No.
because you paid
It's
$4.99
$5.
plus tax anyway. It was way over $5.
Yeah.
And fuck you and no. That's what I tell my friends.
Right. Dude,
And
my 13-year-old hates it that I round things up. He's like, "No, mom, that's $4.99." I'm like, "Sean, it's $5."
oh well,
God.
yeah. If you're not rounding, then fine. But if you're just trying to explain somebody,
You
and
like
you're
being
looking for an easy way
pedantic.
to tell your friend on the phone, like, oh, they got this thing here, it's only $5. You're not going to say, I've never said to a friend, hey, I'm going to buy this thing here, it's $4.99 plus the 8.8% Washington state tax and
Right.
Spokane
Yeah.
municipality tax. I've never said that.
Yeah.
Zeke says the same
Crazy.
thing, he believes it. Another
Yeah,
thing
4.99.
about concerning money and counting is, and this is especially bad with young people today, you go into a store, right, you buy something, the kid tells you it's it's a dollar it's $1.55. So you give him 2.05, and every smart person in the world knows the reason you're doing that is because you want back 2 quarters. And they
Yeah.
give you the nickel back and they go, "Oh sir, no, I can just take it out of the $2." And I almost fucking
Yeah.
explode when that shit happens to me.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I do
I
that
go,
all the
and
time. I'll
usually what
give
I'll do is I'll go, let's do a little fun experiment. Punch in your little calculator there, 205, and see what comes up as change. And they
Mhm.
go, oh, it's 50 cents. And I go, now do you see why I was? And they go, no. And I go, because I don't want you to give me a quarter and 2 dimes. I want 2 quarters. Do you follow? Are you following me? And then I punch them in the face and I call 911 on myself. That's what I do.
Yeah. We used to do it all the time when we were going back when it was just me and my husband, which was a long time ago, and we would get, Burger King or whatever, right? And for 2 people, it's like 16 bucks and some change or whatever, in Washington anyways,
Yeah.
because when we lived there. And so we would give them a 20, say it was like $16.21. We would give them a $20 bill and 21 cents because I
Right.
want my $4 back. You know what I
Right.
mean? I don't want $3 and a fuck ton of change.
Right. And
But
they
people
fucking, it blows their mind when you do that. They don't understand why you're giving them extra money.
too many people are used to like not even really paying in cash anymore. That's kind of, falling by the
Right.
wayside.
But also, I don't think, like, I can remember getting hired at Dairy Queen when I was in high school, and they made me demonstrate I knew how to count change from money, like from,
Yeah. Yeah.
don't, and we had manual, we had like, like, we didn't have a
Yeah.
handle you pull, but you know what I'm saying. And
Yeah.
so now everything's electronic, but it's the argument kids make today, like, well, I shouldn't have to know what someone's phone number is because it's just in my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
so when you lose your phone in the river and you need to call for help, what's mom's number? Oh,
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, fuck.
Call 911. That's what my son would say. That number is easy to remember. Like,
Tell
oh
him
my god.
it's
When I was little,
tell your tell your son it's not
I knew
911, it's
my mom's
$9.
work number because cell phones weren't really a thing when I was a little kid. So I knew my mom's work number. I knew the number to the bar that my parents went drinking at. That's pretty sad. And I knew my older brother. pager number. So,
Yeah.
and because my older brother had a pager, he was all cool, you know. So those were the three, and I knew our house phone number, but why would I call home? My parents are always out. So if I ever got in trouble, you know, I know how to use a payphone, which some people don't even know what a payphone is. My kids don't know what a payphone is. But yeah, if like anything bad ever happened, I knew I could go to the payphone, use my quarters, call the payphone. Generally, the first call I would make would be to the bar that my parents went to.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, so then last night or night before last, it was night before last. I had to pay the guy um that mows my lawn, right? I was gonna get some money for him, can pay him cash. So I go drive down to the ATM, maybe 5 miles from my house. No ATM card. Fuck. And it's very unlike me to do shit like this. I usually
Yeah.
don't do that. So, and I'm on the phone with my friend Tommy in LA, and I tell him, "Oh, I forgot my thing," and he goes, "Oh, you got to drive back and go get it, right?" I go, "Yeah." So I drive all the way home, and then I drive back. So a few hours later, the next morning, I talk to my friend Jeff, and he goes, "You know, you can use your cell phone for that, right? They have an app specifically. Most banks have it if you forget your." And I go, "Oh, is that right?" So, and I looked it up, and sure enough, I could have done it with the watch I was wearing, and I didn't even realize it. Yeah.
Dude, I hear, like, sounds outside, and I'm, like, freaking out because I don't know if, like, there's gonna be riots on my street or whatever, but
Do not turn the stream off. You're gonna be famous.
I know. I just, like, heard something, I was like, "What was that?" I don't think it was anything, but I'm so, like, on edge, it's crazy. I'll be
I'm
alright.
sorry that's
I'm a good
you
girl.
shouldn't have to live your life like that. That sucks.
No, I know. It's just, you know, it'll as sad as it is to say this stuff will, you know, it'll blow over and
Right.
then people will forget about it or, you know, whatever. I know that sounds really harsh. Chat, don't take it that I say that it's not important. That's not what I'm saying at all. But I meant like the craziness of all of it will die down eventually.
Yeah.
I hope. Jeez, I can't
I
live
know.
like
I
this
hope this isn't
forever.
the new normal. So, speaking of that, I my first call to 911 was when I'm going to say I was 25. And
Oh my god.
remember that being 25 when I was 25 is not the same and not anything close to being 25 now. It was a
Right, right, right.
completely different world. So, running through my apartment complex in Phoenix was people chasing each other shooting guns, and I
Oh
freaked
my
out and I
god.
fucking hit the deck, and I mean I was in the army, but you know I was never surprised by gunfire. I always knew it was coming. So
Yeah.
I hit the deck and I called 911, and this is what I get. Sir, what's your emergency? There's, I don't know, gang people in my neighborhood with guns in my apartment. I don't know what's going on. People are running and
Right.
chasing us with a gun. And this is what she says to me. Okay, don't go outside. And
No
I'm
fucking
like,
shit.
got it. Anything else? And she goes, no, there's nothing we can really do. And I go, can you send a unit by or whatever? And they go, well, we can, but by the time we get there, it's not going to be there. So we don't generally do
Yeah.
that. And I was like,
Oh,
what
that's
kind of fucking
terrible.
bullshit is it? So I laid on my floor till I woke up the next morning. And yeah, it
Man,
freaked me out.
I've called 911 so many times when I was a kid, it's not even funny. But, like, to put it in perspective, and you know, this is stuff I don't talk about a lot. So, like, my parents had a lot of problems, so I've called 911 on my parents before. I won't go into details, but I'll leave it at that. And I also grew up in a really rough neighborhood, so and that's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've called 911. I think the earliest I ever called 911, I was, like, 6 or 7 years old for the first time, and I can distinctly remember more times than I can count on my hands the amount of times I've called
Wow.
911 as a child. Yeah, so, I mean, like, it's crazy because my kids have never had to call 911, like, not once in their life, you know, and,
Yeah. Well, that's
like, I
good.
think about that kind of stuff all the well, yeah, but, you know, I think about that kind of stuff all the time because, like, I think as a kid having that, like, kind of experience made me more responsible, you know,
Yeah.
and now I'm like, if my kids ever have to call 911, are they ever like, will they know how to talk to the operator? You know, because 'cause they've just never had to do it. So I, like, think
Well, those
about stuff like
operators are
that.
they're good. They know, and especially if a kid's on
Yeah.
the line, they know what to say. Like, I called 911, what, a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
Because that 5-year-old girl showed up in my yard,
Yeah.
and I was freaking out. And the operator, she was so kind to me, and I made some joke about this is my first child rescue, or she goes, "You're doing a great job. You're doing a
Aw.
great job," But
And you did the right thing, and
yeah. Well,
that's good.
I told you my first thought when I took the garbage out to the street. I turn around, it's completely dark outside, and I hear a noise like an animal. I didn't know what it was, and I turn around, and 3 feet in front of me is a 5-year-old girl wearing like a pink dress. And my first
Aw.
thought, and there's not a soul around anywhere, and my first thought was, ah, fuck, I have a daughter now.
Aw.
Like what? I played this whole scenario in my face where no one was gonna come claim her, and she was just gonna have to live with me, and I gotta raise her now. It was crazy. But if I call 911 now, chances are it's because I need the fucking ambulance to come get me. Just happened a couple times.
Well, if I call it tonight, it's because somebody breaks my window or something. Sorry, I should make jokes. That was bad taste.
Do practice 911 calls with the kids. Oh yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I had to call the
I could do
cops
that.
before there was 911. No,
What was before
Well,
911? Oh, I mean, I guess you would just talk to the operator, right? And then have the operator transfer
yeah,
you?
911 came into
Oh, okay,
play
yeah.
about what 50 years ago, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
Wow, so you were calling 911 in the 50s or the 60s? Wow. 910 GWD.
You would just call
What's
your
before
okay.
911?
I was trying to
910.
think of, like, how
Okay,
far back
fine.
are we talking? Because I know a long time ago, phones used to work where you picked it up and you just spoke to an operator, and then they would transfer your call to wherever your call was going to. But
Yeah,
I
Andy
feel
and
like that was much longer ago than
yeah,
most of us have been alive.
that was like the
The
that
20s, the
survived.
30s?
No. Well, that survived even into the 60s in rural towns. Like if
Right,
you watch
yeah.
Andy Griffith, they do that.
Yeah.
They pick up the phone and they go, "Hi, Marge," like that.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
whole
because they know
town's
who
on
the
hold.
operator
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Um, I'm trying to look up when did 911. Wow, February 68. So even I precede 911.
Wow. I don't know, it was always a thing my whole childhood, so and I
The
used it
first
many times.
the first 911 call was completed by Senator Rankin Fight on February 16th, 68 in Haleyville, Alabama. The phone company was the Alabama Telephone Company.
Wow.
What was the emergency number before 911? It was
Hello, operator.
Oh,
I have
and
an
it
emergency to
Oh,
report.
here's a bit of trivia. Does anybody know what the emergency number is in the United Kingdom? Anyone? Anyone? Can you tell me?
It's
Anyone?
it's 810-910.
It's
How
999.
far
That's
off am
right.
I?
George Orr, where do
Oh,
you live?
999. Damn it. Maybe it's Australia, I'm thinking. What's Australia's emergency number? What's Canada's emergency
All right,
number?
just calm down. I can't keep up with you. George Orr, Canada's emergency number is 911 as of
Oh,
1972. It was
copycats.
originally 999 like the UK, but
Yeah, like their parent country.
right, but they probably changed it because so many Canadians and US people are back and forth to
Yeah, like mingling across the
and they'd be like
border,
freaking out not knowing what the number is.
killing mooses and stuff.
What's watching
I
hockey?
don't know.
What's
Watching hockey.
Australia's?
I was going for Canadian stereotypes because I'm an asshole. It's
I'm gonna
000 in Australia, according to Johnny ECC, who lives in Australia.
It's 000. Oh, you'd get too many.
000.
It's
That's like even easier when you're on a phone. Boom, boom, boom. It's like right there, 000.
yeah,
Thumb range.
yeah, in thumb range. True. Oh, no one gets confused by the upside down. Oh wow, what if you picked up a phone and dialed 611? Or yeah,
Or
I could see that.
666 if you live in the
Right?
UK.
Holy shit.
Oh, but I mean, I get it. Like if you're having a stroke or something, and you hold your phone upside down
Yeah,
wrong or
it seems
whatever.
to me
I can see that happening.
it's like my whole rule about
Seizure, that was the word I was looking for,
it's like my
not a
whole
stroke.
rule about telling people when you're doing time zones, just don't include the S or the D because then you'll never be wrong. Same thing with
Mhm.
this. If you had them all zeros, you would never mess that up. It's really
Yeah.
smart. It's really
Yeah.
smart.
I also like I really like number pads that have like the dot or the line, or like you'll see it a lot in board games. If there's cards in the board game, they always put a dot or a line under the
Yeah,
6 and under the
it's like
9, so
dice,
you
right?
know what orientation. Yeah, like dice. I really appreciate that because I'm visually impaired, so it really helps. I like it.
So,
Oh, he was trying to make a joke about Australia being on the other side of the world.
oh, uh,
It
y-
just
and
right over
yes,
us. We were like, "Oh, that's so smart," and he's like, "I was making a joke."
well, no, 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 but
Scuba, he said
oh,
0,
scuba.
0, 0, so no one gets confused by the upside down numbers.
Oh
And
wow, I
then
totally didn't get
after we
that.
did our spiel about it, he was like, "I was making a
Oh,
joke,"
these
and we're
guys
just
totally believe
idiots
me.
who
I
didn't
better
get the joke.
correct this. Yeah. What
Right.
what is 911 in Australia? So we'll find out the real. And yes, Nafam, I do remember word.
No, it is 0, 0, 0 though, because
Oh,
Johnny CC said it was
oh
0,
yeah.
0,
Okay.
0.
All right. All right. Scuba, you're banned for two
And
minutes.
Johnny
Okay. Now
CC
you're back.
lives in Australia, if I
Oh, you should
recall
know.
correctly. Yeah.
So, Nafam, I do remember exchanges being referred to by words like you know, like Fairfax 89721 or whatever. And if you watch old movies or TV shows, and they even did this on Seinfeld one, they would say KL5 or Keystone 5, and that is 555, which is the fake TV movie exchange, right? Everything's
Yeah,
555.
yeah.
And so they even did that. They would say that in movies and stuff. But
That's
yeah,
funny.
um I can remember my phone number from when I was a kid.
I can
And
too. My
yeah,
house number.
and I remember my address, but what's funny is I don't
Me
remember a lot of phone numbers or addresses I had as an adult. I don't.
Yeah, me neither. Um, yeah, I don't even remember the address of my, like, first apartment or anything like that. I don't remember. I know what street it was on, but I don't remember, like, 12B. I don't remember that. I don't
Yeah.
remember which one it was.
I remember my address in LA
Um,
because it was so weird. It was 4435 and three quarters Fulton Avenue. And the reason it
that's
was three
weird.
quarter, yeah, because it was a giant, not
The
even a
duplex?
house, but it was a building cut up into 8 apartments.
Oh,
And
oh.
so there were two addresses, 4433 and 4435, and so they had to go a quarter, half, and three quarters.
What? They
Yeah,
couldn't just use letters? 'Cause I lived in a building like
I don't
that.
know.
It was just, like, one building that they converted into 8 apartments, left side and right side, and that was it. It wasn't like an apartment complex. So like a row house, I guess, if you will, and I lived in B. That's all I
Yeah,
remember. It was B, so they each had letters. Um, it's weird that they wouldn't just give the address each a letter.
Los Angeles County, wherever the fuck
Weird.
who knows what they're
Oh,
doing.
yeah. Stupid people live down there.
Stupid people. Uh, I had 3 area codes for the same number in the house where I grew up in less than 10 years.
Oh, yeah, because they were always redoing the area
Oh
codes. At least
yeah,
where I grew up, they were always redoing our area codes, like, constantly.
yeah. See, I live in Washington State, so originally the entire state had just one area code. Then they
Oh, yeah.
split it, and it was East Side, West Side. So like where I'm 509, Seattle's 206. But now Seattle has like 10 area codes. They just
Mhm.
like fucking
Yep.
hacked it all up.
Yeah, when
Yeah,
I was growing up in Sacramento, because, like, Elk Grove and Laguna, they were still, like, building those areas up. They were getting new area codes, and then, like, Rancho Cordova came along and Rosemont, and they all got their own fucking special area codes, and yeah, I just remember, well, especially, like, the way my mom tells it, because my mom, lived there since she was a teenager, and, like, shit changed, shit changes over many, many years and decades, and yeah. But the area code there, at least the area that I grew up in, is 916.
Yeah.
I don't know about the rest of it.
Oh, I was wrong about that. The entire state of Washington was 206. Then when they divided it, 509, which is what mine is, even though my area code on my cell phone's 310 because it doesn't matter anymore.
Right.
They there was 2 and now there's 6. There's 6 in Washington.
Dang.
Yeah, so
I've had the same phone number since I lived in California.
me too.
I left when I was 21, so I still have a 916 cell phone number.
Yes, my 310 Beverly Hills phone, my 310 area code phone, I got in 2003, so 17 years.
Dang. I got mine in 2008, the year after I graduated high school. No, 2 years after I graduated high school. Sorry. 2008, because I graduated in 06. So I've had the same phone number since 2008.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's like 12 years. That's
Right?
crazy.
It's crazy. I might have had mine
Crazy.
17 years. The other thing is, you go to especially in, I mean, Spokane is not a small town. But I mean, there's 500,000 people here, so it's not a small town, but it is, in some ways it is. And as an example, you go to the establishment and they ask you for your phone number for whatever reason, Radio Shack.
Yeah.
And you tell them 310, and they're writing 310-800-01, you know, and I just gave my phone number almost. And they go, and then they, wait, what? And then
Yeah.
and they can't wrap their head around it's not 509 area code.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
imagine me. I've lived in so many different states, but I've always had a 916
right
phone number,
but
and I get crazy looks all the time.
Yeah, that's my point. No person anywhere in the United States even should expect a phone number to be given them in the local area code. That's not a thing anymore. Everybody has cell phones and you move and as long distances out, it's not even a thing anymore. Maybe for landlines it is. But people just freak the fuck out and they go, plus I won't give my whole number, but I'll give most of it. So my exchange is 800, right? So my number is 310-800 and then whatever it is. And then and it's not all zero, so don't call me. But but they go, and then since there's an 800 number or an 800 in the number, they go, wait, so it's an 800 number? And people just fucking lose their minds.
Oh my God.
The other fun thing to do is give your zip code to somebody in 3 numbers and then 2 numbers. Like if your zip code is 99206, give them to it as 99206, and they'll fucking just stop what they're doing. They can't. People can't. They're like, wait, what?
I can't do that because it ruins the patterning of my zip code. Because my zip code is, here's how I give it to anybody: 60002.
Yeah.
Because that's a way easier way to do it. Because there's 3 fucking zeros in the middle.
Right. Then yeah, right. But yeah, what I would do if I was you, if I had your zip code, this is how I would fuck with people. Then we go, what's your zip code? I would go 6002.
2. Yeah, but then they might misunderstand and do 6002 as in the number 6002,
right, but then if they
only
do
has
that,
2
they're going to look at it and go, there's only 4 numbers. And then at that point I would say 6,000 and a 2.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Because with my last name, oh God, my last name is the fucking bane of my life.
Oh, I know that story.
Spell your last name?
Well. My maiden last name.
Yeah, you told me about your maiden last name.
Oh my God.
But what you do is you go TWOHY, and they go, if I try to say it just like that, they go, oh, slow down, professor. What's like, and they're like,
5 letters.
I'm right. It's like what, and then but the best one is. I go to the doctor or something, and maybe some person that's never seen me before, which at the doctor is very unlikely. But they look at me and they go, "How do you say that?" And I always go, "You say it." And there's just panic. Oh, I wouldn't even want to. And I go, "What's the first 3 letters by themselves?" And they go, "Two." And I go, "So the number 2's never been a thing for you?" And they go, "Oh!" And they're just like beside themselves.
Right.
Fucking people.
And also, for the way the H sounds in your last name, I would always point them to last names like McMahon, right? There's an H in there, but it's not like a hard H.
McMahon.
McMahon. Yeah, I know. Like,
Yeah,
who
the
says
the
it like
famous
that? Nobody.
The Chicago quarterback Jim McMahon and Johnny Carson's sidekick Ed McMahon.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're just supposed to kind of breathe over it.
yeah.
Tui,
I
McMahon.
This is what
You
I say.
know,
I always tell them it's TWO like the number 2, so it's 2, and then take that H and just throw it out, and then just add the Y. Yeah,
just
Tui,
throw it out.
and they go, oh Tui, and then they go, this is what most people in Spokane will say, oh, any relation to Father Tui at Gonzaga? And I go, oh, so you do know how to say it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. That's
Yes, that was
funny.
my father's cousin. The
You should
president,
just.
the president of Gonzaga University in 1974 was my dad's cousin. And
Oh,
basketball, Gonzaga, right? Gonzaga.
sure. I don't know anything about basketball. You should
They're
just
always in like the Sweet 16 every year or something.
get your last name legally changed, but keep it the same last name, but spell it phonetically, like TOO dash
No,
EE.
the
Two
phonetic
E.
spelling of my name is in the chat right now. And
Yeah,
also,
two E.
yeah.
I don't think you
Why
can
do you
have
think
numbers in your name.
why do you think my screen name and everything about me is Rob
Oh,
2E?
yeah, no, I get it. But I'm saying if you legally change your last name to, like, TOO-EE, no one will ever say your last name wrong ever again. They'll say, "Oh, Mr. 2E."
Which
There'll
would be
just be a little.
wrong. That would be wrong. My name is not Rob 2E. But if I changed my last name legally to 2E, how could you screw that up?
Right,
You
yeah,
could
that's true.
pause, but why would
I don't
you?
know if the government will let you have a number in your last name.
The government can suck it.
Yeah.
I'm going to do whatever I want.
They might be, like, in my town right now, okay?
The government can
They
suck it.
might
Here,
be in.
I'll distract him, Robin. I'll make him come get me in Spokane. Suck it, government. Come and get me.
That's funny. I man, when I was little, I used to wanna change my last name so bad because I hated my maiden name. Nobody could ever pronounce it, except people who were, like, native speakers of, like, Eastern European languages. They could, take a crack at it.
Yeah.
I had this high school teacher who was a history teacher, and he was, like, Armenian, I think, and he knew how to pronounce my last name, so that always, like, impressed me, and Armenia is, like, close enough to, like, where my family is from, so I was always really impressed with that,
Close
but
enough.
I mean,
We're from that hemisphere.
well, they call that, the Middle East, Western Asia, and Eastern Europe. You know how kind of like a lot of it just sort of look at a map, right? Like where's Turkey? Where's, Saudi Arabia? I'm just saying, okay, people consider people from that area as kind of all like a melting.
Yeah.
We're all the same. Okay. Is what I'm getting at. It's like how everybody says white people are all the same.
Yeah, and they're not. None,
Right.
It's a crazy. Like the other day when I was going through what all you guys were telling me your ethnicities, it was
Yeah.
amazing to me how the breakdown of all the white people is they're not. I mean, it's so much different in there.
Yeah.
But which just further goes to prove that racism is only about what you look like. It's so stupid.
Yeah. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
only because
You can have a lot of like, we'll say white people in this case, but they're from so many different places, or their ancestry is from like so many different places.
also
Like my husband's family is from Scotland and Ireland and all that. But then, we know people who have like French or British, they're from England, so on and so forth. So it's just,
yeah,
very, very, there's a lot out there.
and
Just love
I
people for who they are, y'all.
right? Don't fuck up, everybody. Like you would, if I didn't have the paperwork to back it up, no one would ever believe that I'm part African American. Look at me.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
no way I could get anyone to believe that, but it's true.
You're pretty
DNA
white.
doesn't lie. And
True.
I'm more African American than Rachel Dolezal, that's for sure. Do you know who Rachel Dolezal is?
No, I don't.
Rachel Dolezal is the NAACP representative from Spokane, Washington. She's nationally famous because she's white.
Oh.
And she says,
Yeah, I've never heard of
identify.
her.
She's got darker skin, right? But
I know
remember
who you're
her?
talking
Yeah, I
about, yeah.
identify as black. And then right
Yeah.
after that, there was like a 69-year-old guy in England who went to the DMV to get his license, and they wanted to
Mhm.
verify his age, and he goes, "I identify as a 40-year-old," and they put 40. They did
Oh
it.
my
Yeah, it's so
god.
stupid.
No way.
Yeah,
That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't
We
know.
probably shouldn't go too deep on this kind of stuff because you never know what might happen.
Let's
But
not get
all I
into the
wanted to
weeds.
say is everybody love everybody. Who gives a shit what color your skin is or what you do on for religion, all that stuff. Nobody cares. We're all here to be friends. Okay? That's all.
The end. Oh, and also don't forget Nick's 2E 2024.
That's right. And if you ever see my maiden name somewhere because you're like stalking me or whatever, just PM me and be like, "Hey, how do you pronounce your last name?" instead of slaughtering it like most people do.
Yeah, see, much like I gave up on the 3-star reviews, I've also given up with people with my last name.
Mhm.
Unless it's one-on-one in person, I'll help them, but
Right.
and the weird thing about TWOHY is they somehow really, really, really want to put K's and L's in there for some reason. Twonky,
What?
Twally, Twombly. You should. Do you
Humbly.
what? Do you see an M in there?
Humbly. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, mine they would always switch letters out only because it's not spelled the way it sounds. So when people try to spell it the way it sounds, there have to be different letters.
Yeah, you're
So
so lucky now.
they were like, "That doesn't make any sense."
You married your husband and got super lucky because
Oh,
NIX
yeah.
cannot be screwed up. I mean, unless somebody was really like
Right.
NI10. What is that? A Roman numeral in there? What is happening?
Right. Actually, he told me a funny story once when he was like a teenager and on the phone with somebody. He told them his last name is Nix and he got something in the mail and it was addressed to, him, Nix, Nicks. I shit you not.
Right?
Yeah. And I was like, really? It's like a fairly common last name. It's not that uncommon, I don't think. How do you mess that up? I told my husband when we first met each other, and we were really good friends for a long time. And he knew that I liked him and I really wanted to date him, but he didn't want to date me. Can you guys believe that? Anyways. And so I told him, I said, I'm going to marry you someday because you have the best last name on earth.
Yeah, I don't get
And so,
that.
yeah, I told him I was gonna marry him for his last name. But I grew up with a shitty last name, so I really wanted, like, something nice and short and sweet and to the point, which Nyx is. It's awesome.
So I'm gonna type something in the chat.
Oh god. Rob's typing. Everybody run! No. Nyx with a K.
No,
Yes, I love
so
it.
N. So the letter N and then IX is Roman numeral 9. So
Oh.
N9. So you can say your last name is
9,
9, but you have to
9,
say it in a heavy, like angry German accent. What's your name?
9,
Yeah, my name is Robin. 9.
9. That's funny.
German accent for sure, Zeke says, yeah.
Yeah, my son is taking German, and so he walks around the house all the time just saying random German things. And I remember the first week of his German class, his teacher, I guess, asked him if he was German, which I'm sure my husband's family has like a little bit of German in them, but most of his family's from like Ireland and Scotland. Um, and he was like, "Mom, do I have any German in me?" And I was like, "Well, no, because my husband is his stepfather, right? This is my
Right.
first son from my first marriage." And I was like, "No, you're not German. No, nope, nope, you're not German." And he was like, "Oh, darn, because do you know what it means in German?" I was like, "I don't know." He was like, "It means nothing." So I was like, "Oh, that's kind of cool," or something like that. I think that's what it means. He was funny though. He's all excited.
Spelled Smith, pronounced Prisbeloski. That's funny. Uh, yeah. What was I gonna say? Better
Hmm.
than Nick's. Nafum says
Do you know
KNIC. Better than anything's
do
better
you
than
know
Nick's.
what your last name means, Rob? Like, do you know the
I
etymology of
know
your
what
last
Robert
name?
means, but
No, your last name.
I know. Did you hear me, Rob? I did ask you for your last name.
First names are boring.
Let's see if I can find out.
I wonder what my maiden last
Oh,
name
the other thing is
means.
when you're on the phone and people go, and I try to help people as best as I can. They'll say, "Can you spell your last name?" And I'll say T as in Tom, Wohy, and I hit that W hard, and they'll repeat back to me, okay, Toohy, and I'm like, no, we're not doing zip codes. It's not. It's a fucking W. And then sometimes I'll go TWO, like the number 2, HY,
Right.
and then they'll go, there's a 2 in it? And I'm like, oh God. Are you and every other person I've spoke to in the last 40 years on the phone dumb as fuck? I don't say that to people, actually. I get it out here on the stream, and I don't really. I'm in the people, and anybody that talked to me on the phone in a business atmosphere would say, oh, he's a nice young man. They don't know. They don't know. Toohy history, family crest, and coat of arms. Here it is. The original Gaelic versions of today's Irish names demonstrate proud. Yeah. What's it mean? Ruler. Oh, that's funny because Robert means king. So my name is King Ruler, bitches. Get used to it.
That's fancy. I couldn't even find my maiden name, so I don't know what it means.
It means it means it's a governmental secret. You can't. I'm not allowed to tell you, or else I'll have to kill you.
Right?
Yeah.
Just goes to prove that even Google hates me.
Now, I was told by my father that the original Toohy name used to be O Toohy, but it was in fact, I'm gonna just type this in the chat because fuck all this hard. This is what the original spelling of Toohy was.
Oh,
fuck
yeah.
that.
That's like super
If
Irish?
you're gonna go from
Scottish?
Yeah, Irish, Irish.
Yeah.
If you're gonna go from that to simpling it down, they should have just made it like Tooee. Like just fucking. Why are you trying to? Oh my god.
Yeah.
But as we all
That's
know,
a
my
lot.
birth name was this name.
Really? Yeah, that's
Remember?
right. I remember. Yeah.
Bow before King Ruler, bitches. My subjects. Mine means son of Andrew. What is I forget?
Andrew?
Because Belle Muerte is a screen name. I know her real first name, but I don't know what her last name is.
Andrews. Maybe.
Oh, and is it Andrews? Yeah, that would make sense. Or Anderson. Anderson.
Oh, Anderson. That makes sense too.
Unless it's Japanese, then you have to say it's Anderson.
Right.
You do have to nod your head like that. You can't say the names without going like that. Part of what I know. Where's Matakiri? His wife's Japanese. We can get her in here and learn all this stuff. All right. Do you have to go put on riot gear, Robin? Is it time for you to go? What's going on?
What? No, riot gear. No, I was just getting more comfortable. My office chair is like incredibly uncomfortable, so
wait, who just called me that I hung up on?
Every now and then.
Oh, Eric.
Eric. Steal my husband.
Does anybody in the chat know who Eric Edwards? He's an actor. He just
called it's me.
Huh?
Oh, what?
Eric Edwards. He just texted me. He called me and I didn't answer, so he texted me, "My wife and I've got the pool up, so do you want to be our pool boy?" And I'm just going to answer him without any explanation. No. Yes.
Oh.
Always
really?
Improv, Robin. Always never deny, always affirm.
Oh,
it's funnier. If you say yes and if you say no, you just shut down the scene. I was the master at saying no in scenes because I would only do it when you couldn't really say anything else but no. You had to say no. And yeah, because I was in an improv troupe in Phoenix. Did you know that? I also did Second City in Los Angeles. Did you know that?
Nafim says "or" is Old Norse for blackcock.
That's right. I'm King Blackcock Ruler, bitches. That's right. Well, I
don't know if that's true or not, but it's funny.
I don't know if it's true. I like that you're awarding it a shred and even iota of possibility. I like that you're doing that.
Yes. That's what I do. George said, "Well, I don't want to brag."
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm on TV. That's why I didn't answer.
I will say this though, Rob. I'm gonna finish the encounters tonight.
Uh-huh.
I probably send it off to you at like 3 a.m. or something
Uh-huh. I'll be up.
crazy.
Okay, fine.
I'm gonna record a little video,
Awesome.
and then we're gonna put that live on
Yes.
DM's Guild,
Yes.
and the bad sales days will be over.
That's right. And then, and here's what I like to do is I like to have somebody give me the thing to put on the DMs Guild, and then a week or two later we do the show, and more, and
Yeah.
a bump again on sales.
Yeah.
And then if you have a pack, this is the formula. Like Diablo Bob said, he put that thing up yesterday. The what's it called? The previewer, the link
Oh, the
previewer,
previewer, yeah.
and it's sold. I'm gonna check
Oh, I
right
have a
now.
story about that.
Okay. It's sold to date, which is just today, because I put it up at like 1 in the morning or something. It's sold 37 copies, and he goes, people are even. He says people are PMing me, and they said they love it so much they're buying it at full price rather than getting it in the bundle for a cheaper price. And I told Bob, oh, I haven't put it in the bundle. I said you got to wait for hot sales to die down first, and then you put it in the bundle. So yeah, so people really love that. What we're talking about, guys, is there's a thing now that Diablo Bob made. If you're a Fantasy Grounds user, you can open up anything with links, like the list of classes or items or story entries, or and even and especially images, and you can hover over the link and it pops up. It's a preview. It's amazing. What's your story about that?
It's really awesome. Okay, so story time. All right, everybody sit down. No, I'm kidding. Okay, so last night I was up really late, which is really rare for me, and Rob can confirm because we were chit chatting. Well, a little bit, and I was just hanging out with my husband. We were we were listening to music videos or watching music videos, I guess, of songs that were popular when we were in high school. It's just memory laning it up, like old people do when they're in bed. So that's what we were doing. We were just hanging out, and Rob was like, "Why are you awake?" And I was like, "I don't know, I'm just hanging out with my husband." Um, anyways, so right around the same time, Diablo Bob, also messaged me on Discord. But I didn't see it for some reason because I guess I was just so enamored by Lady Gaga because that's what was popular when I was in high school. I don't know. And I never saw Bob's message. And then when I woke up this morning, I don't know, most people probably do this, but when I wake up in the morning, I always look at my phone, and that's like the first thing I do is, oh my God, I have 30 emails. Okay, swipe, 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 whatever.
Yeah.
And I saw it there. It was like Diablo Bob messaged you at 1 a.m., which was when I was awake and talking to Rob and hanging out with my husband. So I don't know why I didn't see the message. I felt really bad. But yeah, Bob was like, "Hey, look at this thing I made." He was all, proud of it. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I didn't see this." I felt super bad. So I was like, "I'm going to go buy it like right now," because I felt really bad. He was like trying to show it to me. I guess that was when you guys released it, or, somewhere in
Yeah,
that
he gave it
ballpark.
to me. Yeah, here I can go in the chat and see the times, but he gave it to me, and then I went into Fantasy Grounds and did like I made a silent video of it and turned it into a GIF,
Yeah,
right?
I saw
But
that.
then DM's Guild won't let you publish a GIF. You can't. You have to either do images or you can add a YouTube video. So I was like,
YouTube
fuck.
video, yeah.
So then I went and made the video, and I finally published it and did everything. All I have to do is go to announcements. I uploaded it at 12:42 my time, which would have been 2:42 for you.
Okay, so it was a little bit after then when I
Yeah.
was
But
speaking to you guys,
I
but
started
still,
talking
he
to,
was, like, really excited,
yeah,
and
well,
I
I think the
felt
reason he was so
bad.
excited about that is he thought about that idea, and within like 2 or 3 days he had it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, those guys are geniuses. All those guys.
Well, good for Bob. It's really awesome too, the extension, so
Yeah, if you
I
guys haven't checked
recommend
it out,
everybody go check it out.
here I'll put the link in the chat for you guys so you can even just look at what we're talking about instead of going, what the hell are
Yeah.
they even talking about?
It's really cool. I thought it was so cool that I went and showed it to my husband, who and there, okay, there's context to this. My husband plays in my Saturday game. He plays a rogue. And so I always show him all the extensions we get, because my husband is a programmer by that's like his job. And he does like it's weird. It's like a mix of programming and IT. He does both. He works for a healthcare corporation and they make machines for like hospitals. So he does like a lot of both. It's like a really it's mixed job. He calls it something, but I always forget what it's called. Um I don't know. Uh I don't know what it's called. There's a term for it. Anyways, that's beside the point. So I've asked him before because he knows programming and stuff. I've asked him to make extensions for me, and he totally would. He's always been on board. He just doesn't have a lot of time because his job is very, very, very demanding, and he works like long hours. So he's like started on extensions for me. He actually used to write Discord bot for me once. He did write that. He's made a lot of programs for me through our 10 years of being together. Anyways, so whenever like my friends, Bob and you guys come out with stuff, I always go up to him and I'm like, "Look at this, look what Bob made," or
Yeah.
whatever. So he's like he he's supportive, of the hobby, and he's as excited as I am. He just doesn't have as much, free time to invest into it like I do.
Yeah.
But
Well, and
anyways, he was
it's
like,
funny
"Whoa, that's
because
cool."
Bob is Bob is full-time military, right? And if he
Yeah.
wasn't, he would be kicking. I mean, he would be making 10 times the volume of stuff.
Yeah.
But he's only got a year left. So there you go.
Oh, yeah. Is he a year until retirement or is he
Uh-huh. He's
just
he's been in
getting
19
out?
years, yeah.
Damn,
Yep.
good
I
for
think
him.
I think he's like 37 or something. I mean, he might be a little older than that, but
Yeah,
I think he's been in like high school,
that's
army, or
awesome.
he's Air
Yeah,
Force actually. But yeah.
still so awesome.
Oh
I
wait,
did
I know
4
how old Bob
years,
is. Hold on, I can
and
tell you how
then
old
my
Bob is right
husband
now.
did 10 years. Um,
I did
and
6.
he really my husband really struggled with, do I stay in and do 10 more years and retire or I'm so miserable, do I get out now? Because
Yeah.
to my husband liked being in the army until they made him a recruiter, and being a recruiter like ruined everything for him. Um, and so that's why he got out basically
Yeah.
because it made him miserable.
Yeah, Diablo Bob is 39, so he did. He joined when he was like 20, and
Oh
then
yeah,
he'll get out when he's 40. Boom.
that's awesome.
I
So
remember
young.
when 9/11 happened, I was 34. No. I was 35 when 9/11 happened.
I was in 8th grade.
You shut up. God damn it. So, and I was so pissed off. I was going to go do
7th
something about it. I was going
grade.
to go rejoin the army, right?
Mhm.
And I thought they don't they don't want you when you're that old. But
Oh yeah.
when 9/11 happened, they told me the rule is you can join if you can get 20 years in by age 60, you can
Oh
join.
yeah.
So you can be 40 and join, and also they count any previous service. So I could have joined up until I was 46. And
Oh yeah.
I was only, yeah, but now I don't know if they still have that now, but I'm way too, I mean,
Now I could ask my husband because he was very recently a recruiter, but I think it's still somewhere in the 40s that you can still enlist, but there's like stipulations. And I think without stipulations, it's like 36 or something
yeah.
is the
I wonder what the stipulations are.
I
That'd
don't
be
know.
interesting
I
to
could be
know.
way wrong. I think it's, the same, like, prior service. I think if you're prior service of any branch, you can still join, like, into your 40s, and then other thing, I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'll ask my husband, though, and I'll let you know next week
Yeah, okay.
because 'cause I'll know the
What's funny
answer.
though is if I want,
But,
because there
yeah.
is a recruiting office next to the Albertsons I go to. It's next
Oh,
door.
nice.
I'm gonna walk.
You just walk in
I
there.
always want. Every time I drive by it, every single time I think I'm gonna walk in there because I'm expecting to walk in there and then just take one look at me and go, no, that's okay, dude. You can. That's okay.
Yeah,
Fine.
just tell them you're asking for your son or something like
Yeah.
that, and then they'll talk you up too if they think legitimately you have, like, a high
Right.
school student or something who wants to join. They'll
What's
sit
your
there
son's
and
name,
they'll
sir?
fucking spend 4 hours talking to you.
Matt. It's Matt. Like I melt down because I don't know any of the answers to the questions. Yeah.
Right. We have one right down the road from us too. It's like on my way to Walmart. It's on the right-hand side of the road by the lake.
And the one
It's like a
that's,
all-in-one. It's all the branches in one little
I
building,
think ours is,
which
I
is
want to
weird.
say it's Air Force and Army, but it might be all of them. But it looks like a fucking movie theater. So there's, Papa Murphy's Pizza, and then like a hair salon place, and then the recruiting office, and all the windows are not, you can't see through them because they're fucking graphics, Air Force, planes, and
Yeah, yeah.
it's totally to get,
Crests
yeah,
everywhere.
it's
Yeah.
totally like a movie theater to get you to go, oh, what's in there?
Mhm.
And there's
Yep.
like a van parked in the parking lot right there, like it looks like a fucking secret agent. It looks like the doors are
Yes.
gonna come open and a missile's gonna come out of it. And then
Yeah.
next to that, pet shop, nail salon, Albertsons. Yeah,
Funny.
it's funny.
I think ours is next to a Chinese food restaurant. I could be wrong. It might be next to the nail salon and
Yeah,
then the Chinese food
right.
restaurant.
Totally.
I
This
don't
is
remember.
exactly what it
But
is in
ours
a
just
strip.
says Armed Forces Recruiting Station on it. And so that's why I was like, well, I'm pretty sure it's just all of them in there.
I'll have to pay
But the one
particular
he worked
attention.
at when he was a recruiter was in Kansas City, and it was like they each had their own, it was like they had the whole corner suite of offices in the strip mall, and each branch had their own, office. So you could walk into the Army one, and then if they were like, whatever, you could go right next door to the Marines. And it's really funny too, because my husband would tell me all these stories where like the Marines were so hard to get into because they're Marines. So sometimes, a kid would go in there and want to join the Marines, but he didn't qualify for some reason. The Marine recruiters would walk him out and then say, "There's the Army office,"
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then like walk them
So
into the Army office.
I had the opposite experience. Now remember, this is like 1983, 84, right?
Right.
So long time ago. And I joined the Army with my friend Scott from high school when we were 17. We joined on the delayed entry program. And then oh god, I wish I could just redo my life. But anyway, so
Don't
so
we all?
what happened is after I joined and they signed me, I took the ASVAB and did all the shit you have to do, right? And then,
Mhm.
I'm in the Army, and after I'd already been in the Army and had officially signed everything and did all that, but never did anything, hadn't gone to my first like weekend warrior stuff or nothing. I hadn't done anything. I
Mhm.
hadn't done one push up yet or nothing.
Weekend warriors.
Yeah. So, well, because basically my
I
first
know that's
year
what we called
is the
it too.
reserves, and then 3 years active
Yeah.
duty, and then 2 more years reserves, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the the Marine Corps calls me at my house and says, "We'd like to talk to you about the Marines." And I said, "Well, I'm already in the Army." And he goes, "Yeah, don't worry about that." And they tried to
Don't worry
poach
about
me.
that.
They offered me
Oh
five
my
thousand
god.
dollars in cash and brought me a contract that
Damn.
said, and you get to go to Paris Island. I'm like, "Oh,
Oh, Paris
yeah."
Island.
And
How
and
dreamy.
they said, "We'll give you $5,000 today in cash if you sign this." And I'm 17, right?
Yeah,
And
that's a
oh
lot
my
of
god,
money.
yeah. And I told my mom,
Shoot. I'd join the Marines right now if I
right?
could get $5,000.
And this is, yeah, how much? $5,000 cash in 1983 was
Yeah,
insane.
yeah.
So I and then I called my Army recruiter on the phone and I said, "Hey, the Marines came to my house." And he goes, "Oh yeah, that happens." And I go,
Dig.
"This was like total practice, like in the day." And I said, "Can they do that?" And he goes, "Yeah, they can do you." And this my Army recruiter said, "Did he offer you 5 grand?" And I go, "Yeah, they did." And he goes, "Yeah." He goes, "You can do it. I can't stop you." And then
That's funny.
my mistake was I called my friend who joined with me. And he goes, "But
Mhm.
you and your friend," he goes, "you're going to screw your friend if you do that because you guys are on the buddy enlistment program, two
Yeah,
together." And he goes,
yeah.
and so I called him and he goes, I go, "Dude, the Marines offered me 5 grand." And he goes, "Yeah, fuck no." And then he went into this whole thing about how, the Army's going to be so easy. Boot camp's nothing. It's a
Oh my
cakewalk.
god.
Marines are going to kill you, and so
No.
then I never did it. And then
The
everybody,
Air Force is
right,
easy.
Air Force. So for those of you that haven't ever heard me tell the story before, I joined with my friend Scott Avery. He lives in Texas. Look him up. He quits 2 weeks into basic training.
Oh my
I
god.
stay in the Army. He goes home, joins the Air Force, and retires after 20 years in the Air Force. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, so he
What
did
a
the whole.
douche.
Yeah, what a douche. Yep.
What a
But I know
dick.
how to get back at him because he married a girl when he was in Turkey, and their daughter right now is about 28 or so. So I know how to get back at him.
Don't sleep with his daughter. That's like unspoken bro code,
Is it?
right?
I think
Yeah.
no, I think wives and girlfriends are bro code, not
Wives,
daughters.
girlfriends, sisters, daughters, moms, all off the table.
Well, then I've got to
Bro
take back
code.
every piece of sex I've ever had in my life. Not true.
Oh my god.
Not true.
Oh, that's funny.
My one
You're
girlfriend,
funny,
Liz, I
funny.
met through her daughter, who I was totally in love with, and I've told this story before. She turned out to be gay, unbeknownst to me. My gaydar is much better now. But she moved, my gay friend Melissa moved, and then I was with her mother Liz for 4 years. And one time while we were together, she goes, "Do you ever think about Melissa?" She goes, "You
Oh
can."
my
She
god.
goes, "You can if you want."
No,
It was awesome. It was awesome.
no, that would ruin it for me so
Mm.
much.
No, that was totally hot.
Don't tell
Totally
me
hot.
that.
Totally hot.
Yeah, guys are different. You guys are weird like that.
Well, and she made us do it in her daughter's bed one time.
No, that's not okay. She needs help or something.
Well, she was
That's not
older than
okay.
me, so she's like, she'd be like in
Okay,
her.
you know what? I apologize. I shouldn't be kink shaming. Everyone, please forgive me. I'm trying
Yeah, aren't
to
you aren't you the big no
be
kink
more
shaming?
open-minded. Yeah, no kink shaming. Okay, my bad. Like I had a knee-jerk reaction. I'm apologizing for it. Let's just move on.
Robin, I would like to say to you, much like people say to me on Twitter, it's good of you to admit your mistakes, and perhaps this will be
Yeah.
a learning experience for you.
Are you kidding me? I'm the queen of admitting my
Oh
mistakes.
yeah,
I am profusely I will always apologize when I'm wrong. I have no I'm not too big a person to ever say I fucked up. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
really
me
good about
neither.
that.
I do know
Yeah.
there's one good example that most people know their name. Most people know this person's name who cannot admit mistakes or own up to their. It's a very
Rob Toohey?
famous. No, very famous person. Almost everybody knows this person's name. I would say everybody in this country does know this person's name.
Oh, Donald Trump.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, we
Donald
all knew
Trump.
that. It's like an unspoken thing.
Knock, why did you throw up
It
in your
goes
mouth?
without
What are you
saying.
talking about? Why
I
did you?
don't know. Probably what we were talking about earlier.
Well, but that's the thing about streaming is the people in the chat say something, but we've already moved on to 6 more subjects.
Yeah, I know.
Bell says, kink shaming pays well. Wait, what?
What? No. I don't mean to kink shame anybody. You guys, you do you, boo boo. As long as you don't hurt other people, then
Right. As long
that's
as you're not
obviously that's not okay.
not injuring anybody or mentally or physically, then you should be fine.
Yeah. Or like, violating somebody's personal rights or
Right.
whatever. That's not cool either. Don't do that. But I mean, we're all
Because
adults here and we all know that.
if
So
you have a safe word and you're into bananas and leather, whatever, you do it. And
yeah,
send me the video.
you do
Okay.
you. Yeah. Oh my god. This was awesome,
Yeah.
Rob.
It's always
It's
awesome. Wednesday night
9:30.
is a favorite. I like it.
Yeah, I look forward to this every week. I love it so much. I always have so much fun, and we talk about the weirdest shit sometimes.
Right?
Tonight it was a lot more tame. It was a lot more tame than normal.
Well, I'll try to come
But
up
that's
with some.
okay, tame's okay.
I'll try to come up with some better material than fucking my girlfriend in her daughter's bed and having her say, "Do you think about her? Do you think about? You can if you want." Yeah.
Oh no, that's so terrible.
She
I know
was. Yeah, she was probably the love of my life. This woman I'm talking about. Yeah.
Aw, I'm sorry.
4
The one
years.
that
Yeah. I mean, she was married but separated.
right.
So not
Well,
that
that
count.
happened.
That's legal. That's legal.
Yeah. Well, depends on what state you live in.
Oh, it does? Are you serious? I didn't know that.
Yeah, some states don't see separation as like you're still an adulterer if
But
you
adultery
who
is
gets
not
punished for
illegal.
adultery anymore?
No,
I
no,
know.
I don't think there's any state
That's
in the
what I'm saying.
yeah.
Oh,
Uh,
no, I'm saying in some states, adultery is still on the books as, like, a crime punishable by law, but
really?
it's like one of those things that like, sometimes when you roll through a stop sign, you should get a ticket for it, but you don't always, you know what I mean? It's like that, like, it's just a thing that they don't care about.
Huh. Adultery.
Eh,
US
it's probably southern states, like,
yeah.
states in the
Oh,
South.
they don't like sodomy either. Southern states? No,
Yeah, they don't like a lot of things. Well, I mean, I don't mean to generalize. If you live in the southern states and you totally aren't like that,
Oh
then
my God!
good for
It is
you.
a felony in Wisconsin, Michigan, Oklahoma,
Oh, that's
Idaho,
incredible.
and New York.
Oh, northern states. That was a lot of
Yeah,
northern
but
states. Wow,
it's
that's
a
really weird.
in in Maryland it's a $10 fine.
$10 fine.
And in Michigan it's a 4-year prison sentence. Whoa!
Damn, 4
So
years in
luckily for
jail
me, Arizona is
for
not
being
on
a
this
Jody?
list, right? 6 U.S. states, Hawaii, North Carolina, Mississippi, New Mexico, South Dakota, and Utah, allow the possibility of a tort action. That sounds like sex itself. Uh, yeah, wow.
What
Look up
even is
adultery
that?
on Wikipedia, everybody. Holy fuck. Literally.
Yeah, you're welcome. I just blew your mind, didn't I?
Yeah, luckily Arizona's nowhere on that list. And that's where I
Right.
was at the time. At least as far as I can remember.
My
I don't know.
point being, though, it's like one of those laws that, yes, is against the law, but most people don't ever get like prosecuted for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Messi shows up and we're talking about adultery
I know it's
and
so weird, but
he's like,
he
Wednesday's my
knows I
favorite.
love him and
He's
that
great.
like I would never do that in a million years because I fucking love my husband. Like I love him so much. Like I'm like crazy about it. I'm like the crazy person. Why are you laughing? What's wrong with you? I broke Rob.
Because
You're welcome.
he
Because I
shows
did the
up in the
crazy
chat
eyes.
and you're like, I love him so much. So much.
But it's true.
I know it is.
Super true.
Are you guys the
Anyway.
same age or a year or two apart?
Yeah, he likes to say that he's older than me. He's 4 months older than I am, but his thing is he was born in a different year than me. So that makes him supremely older
Oh,
than me.
is he
Yeah,
in
there you go.
December 80
Yes,
87? Yeah.
87.
Right.
Yeah. So he's born in December 87. I was born in April 88. But yeah, his favorite line, he just typed it in chat. I'm much older and wiser than her. That's what he says to
He
everybody.
just types it in the chat. Oh shit.
Yep,
December
that's his
87.
shtick. Yep.
Oh, you're this young cute girl and he's this old fucking man. It's awesome.
What?
Yes, it's so
No.
4 months. Come on.
Oh yeah, I see what
That's
you're saying. I was like, no, he's not old at all.
he
He's like young and
practically robbed the
spry.
cradle. Oh shit. What's that make me?
Yeah, he makes jokes about this all the time. That he's a cradle robber because I'm 4 months younger than him. It's funny. So, I was born in 87. Thank you very much. Shit like that.
Yeah.
It cracks me up.
Yep. Yeah. I was yeah, when he was born I was 21. And I was
Damn.
so when he was born, wait a minute. Yeah, I got off active duty 9 months before he was born.
So
Wow.
when his mom got pregnant.
Right. In May of 87, when his mother got pregnant, I just came home dressed in uniform from the airport. Where was this? Where were you born?
Aw.
What city?
He was born I think he was born in Indiana. He could
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure he was born in Indiana.
Well, I'm just going to refer to him as son now from
Evansville,
now on.
maybe? What are you trying to say? Rob, you might be his dad.
Right?
No,
I could be. I could be your father-in-law.
oh, that's crazy. No, I've seen my husband's dad, and they're definitely related.
Oh no, you've
They look
seen
exactly
the
alike.
man that is in his life as his father. But
No,
biologically
I've seen.
speaking, have we done a DNA test? Let's just get this out of the way.
That's funny.
Oh, I'm not trying to say it, Scott. I am saying it.
He called you out.
Calling you out.
Oh,
Oh,
that's funny. In
oh,
Florida, it's illegal to tie your alligator to a fire hydrant. Stupid.
yeah. Looking up stupid laws are so funny.
There's a lot of crazy ones out there. The ones for California are really funny. Um,
I think
I'm trying to think if I can remember any
I
of them.
remember somebody
It's
told me.
illegal.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, it's illegal to you know what? I don't remember. Never mind.
Somebody
Disregard.
told me at
Your
one point.
turn.
This is a long time ago, like when I was in high school or something. Somebody said to me, we were playing this game about what's legal and what's not legal, and somebody said to me, it's illegal to spit on the sidewalk in Texas, and my response was, what sidewalks? And they go, what are you talking about? And I'm go, Texas is just one fucking open field with cow pie. There's no cement there.
Right.
Yeah, it was funny. I don't like Texas.
So, funny story. When we were house shopping, it used to really irk me about this general part of the United States that there aren't that many places where there are sidewalks. It's so weird because, like, where I grew up, everything is there's sidewalks everywhere. You know what I mean? And if you go to like the downtown area, there's like, you know, uh, streets that the stores face, but they're not streets that cars can drive on. They're literally for pedestrians. Because I
Yeah,
grew up in California, and we love pedestrians. Like, California is pedestrian city. Okay, the whole pedestrian state. And in Sacramento, especially, there's no neighborhoods where there are no sidewalks. So when we came out here to the Midwest, like the one of the first houses that Scott and I got together, the whole street like had no sidewalks, and then it was like right by this I don't know what you would call it, but it's not like a highway. It's,
expressway.
like not an expressway either. I don't know the right term for it. Messy will probably type in chat. But anyway, we live like right by this really big street where there's lots of cars. And
Arterial.
we had to cross that to go to the Walmart. And I've always been like a walker. So when my kids were really little, I would just put them in the stroller and take them for walks.
Right.
But I couldn't do that there because we had to cross over this whole, big trafficy thing. There's no sidewalks, there's no crosswalks. It was crazy. I was so not used to it.
Yeah.
And then when we were buying our house here in Antioch, there are some neighborhoods here that don't have sidewalk. It's mind-blowing to me. Well,
Yeah.
how do kids
My
like play outside?
my
There's
street
no
doesn't have
sidewalks.
sidewalks. The street I live on doesn't have
Oh, that's
sidewalks.
so weird.
But
So weird.
I live in the county, so I'm not in Spokane City proper. I'm in the county, and most neighborhoods where I live don't have sidewalks, but in the city they do. So
Yeah.
now it's all built up, but I think the original conception of building here was where my house is, which was built in 1945. It's like, oh, that's the country and open play. Now
Oh,
everybody's
yeah.
jammed together anyway.
Dumb.
But yeah, there's no sidewalks. As a matter of fact, my own personal most on the street are, but my own personal driveway is not paved. It's
Yeah, I
gravel.
mean, I don't
Yeah.
mind a non-paved driveway. That's not a big deal. We had a gravel driveway in Tennessee. I don't like that, like, the neighborhood streets, they should have sidewalks for, like, kids who are riding their bikes or whatever. I don't know, it just feels like a silly oversight.
Yeah.
That's all.
When my mother purchased this house in 1990, the street wasn't even paved.
Yeah.
And it's it's like a
Yeah.
regular neighborhood. Yeah, people, and then they put the sewers in and ripped everybody off because it used to be septic. But
Yeah, my aunt lived off, like, a dirt road, but
yeah,
she lived, like, out in the boonies,
yeah.
you
See, and I
know?
live in a very populated area. The reason I haven't paved my driveway is I'm going to pave it, but I'm going to heat it. And so until I do that, I'd actually rather have a gravel driveway because in the winter and the snow, like taking your garbage can out, I'd rather
Yeah.
be gravel under my foot than
Oh,
cement.
yeah.
Fuck that. I'm not gonna shovel that shit.
Yeah, we have to shovel our driveway here every day.
Yeah.
But also, we're really poor. Not poor, that's not right the word. We can't afford like our neighbors, they have snow blowers, like the big thing, the machine, they're
Yeah.
like $600 or whatever, so we can't afford that. So we make our kids shovel the driveway.
Oh, that's what kids are for.
Yeah, hey, go shovel the driveway or whatever. It's good for them. It builds character.
Yeah. That's what you tell them.
Yeah. And it's really funny though, because most of the time I have to go out there and like do it right, when they're done. Because
Oh,
I'll always like miss spots.
this is what I did to my parents. Maybe make. I hope your kids can't hear this. This is what I
No,
did to
they're in
my
bed.
parents. So I had to mow the lawn and shovel the driveway and
Oh,
all
of
this stuff,
course.
right? So when I learned about slavery in school, I went to my parents and I said, "Can we have a family meeting?" And they go, "Okay, what's up?" And I said, "So you guys know slavery is bad, right?" And they go, "Well, of course, yeah." And I said, "And that's where they owned people and they made them do manual labor all day and didn't pay them and right and
Yeah.
they totally
Yeah.
didn't see the train coming down the fucking tunnel."
Oh my god.
And my mom started to smile, and then she sort of, she's like, "Oh, I know what he's doing." And so then I finally dropped on him and I said, "So what's the difference between me having to do all this work for free and slavery?" And my mom was like, "Well, nuances of racism aside, yeah, you're
Right.
right." And then I got an allowance that day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pulled one over
We
on my parents.
we already pay them an allowance.
Oh, you
So
do?
now it's because we pay you an allowance, you have to do these things.
Right.
Um, and so, it cuts down on like, well, I don't want or, whatever. So I hate shoveling the snow. I'm pretty sure Scott hates shoveling the snow so much. So yeah. I mean, but I've gone out there and done it a couple times. Really, we should just get the little machine that our neighbors use because they just go outside and turn it on and it's like all the snow's gone in like 3 minutes. It's crazy. I don't even understand how it works. I don't get it because I've had to go out there and like scrape the ice because if it rains and then it snows, it's like a sheet of ice.
Oh,
So
yeah.
the driveway, ice, snow, and the ice gets like really stuck to the concrete. So I don't know if the snow blowers work when there's ice underneath. I don't know.
Well, they'll blow the snow off the top, but that's it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that sucks. We have somebody in our neighborhood has a heated driveway. They just turn it on and it all
Yeah, well
melts.
that's what I'm shooting for, but I don't like I was gonna do it this year, like now, so that for this coming winter. But
Mhm.
the reason I'm not doing it is the garage. So my house, there's a driveway to the garage, and the garage is a detached building, and then my house, and they're not.
Right.
And
Ours attached.
yeah, and that's what I want eventually. But the garage that's there now might eventually completely disappear because I might make the
Oh
driveway go
yeah.
back to the back of the property and do other things back there. But and so I don't want to like have them install the heated thing with put the water tank in there and hook it all up and then say 2 years later, "Oh yeah, we're gonna tear all that down," and I just don't want to do it because my neighbor, that's what he does for a living. He's gonna do it for me. I mean, I'm gonna pay him, but that's what his
Mhm.
job is. So I
Yeah.
just haven't decided yet. And I haven't, like, with COVID and everything, I'm not going over and asking him about it and talking to him. So I don't
Oh
know, but
yeah, for sure. I know, like, that'd be my big thing. If we, were a little more well off or whatever you wanna call that, I would so pay somebody to do all the yard work and pay somebody to come and clean that like, do all the cleaning I don't do as often as I should, like dusting it,
yeah,
you know what I
that
mean?
that's
Like, the
what
stuff that people don't think about.
right.
That's
That's
what I
what
want.
ever since I got sick years ago and my mom died and so I wasn't living with her anymore and just by myself and my mom used to garden and she would mow the lawn and do all that stuff because she thought it was fun. She was into it. Like that was her fun activity that she liked to do was go
Yeah.
outside and do stuff and I'm the opposite of that. I didn't get that gene.
Yeah,
And so
me
I've been
neither.
lucky because of DM's Guild and everything that I got lucky with. That's what I do is I can't like I if I didn't pay a guy to mow my lawn, I would be the asshole on on the block with
Oh yeah.
3-foot weeds in my yard. Like that just would be
Nobody
it.
likes yard work.
Yeah, and
Only crazy people like yard
right.
work.
My mom, she had a little heat. But yeah, so I I don't spend money on clothes or like other things that other people spend money on. I spend
Mhm.
all that money paying people to do shit at my house. Like I have the maids come every 2 weeks, and I have the guy that mows my lawn. Every year I spend a giant lump sum of money for them to come and like trim and prune my property and haul away branches and skirt the trees to 12 feet and all that kind of shit.
Mhm.
And I
Yeah.
fucking hate all of it being a homeowner. But I'm lucky that I have a home. But that's what I
Yeah.
spend most of my money on is I employ other people to do shit that I should be doing myself, so I don't have to do it.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
on the one hand, I feel good about it because I'm driving the economy and giving people money to do other odd jobs, right?
Mhm. Yep.
And like in here in a month or so, I'll pay a kid, $50 to rake my leaves and get them gone after they all fall off. And yeah,
Oh,
yeah, I just
yeah.
hate that stuff.
Fucking leaves.
Right?
Yeah. We have so many trees too. Our backyard is just like covered in leaf, the whole fucking thing. And our yard is huge. I hate him because every time I let the dog out to go to the bathroom or, whatever, because he's a dog, and he tracks the leaves like back in the house because they like stick to his little paws or whatever. And they just drive me crazy. I love fall. It's probably my favorite season, but I hate all the fucking leaves
Yeah.
because they just don't go away.
My
Even
favorite
after you rake, there's like still some somewhere. I fucking
Right.
hate it.
My favorite season is winter. I don't mind the cold, but
I hate
the thing
winter.
I love about winter is everything is fucking dead. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
You don't have to
Yeah.
water. You don't have to rake
That's
leaves.
true.
You don't have to mow. You don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, leaves fall, Belle.
Leave.
They do. They do. They totally do. First they go from green to like orange and yellow and brown, and then they fall.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yep.
My husband, the asshole. He's
He's
like,
talking about how he paid his neighbor $100 to clean the gutters.
"Oh, no, that was Caesar." My husband said he
Oh yeah.
points because our lawnmower doesn't have a bag, it just has, like, an exhaust, whatever you call that, where it just spits out the blades of grass that it cuts and the leaves and whatever. So, he just mows in such a way that the output, it faces our neighbor's yard.
Oh my god.
Husband.
That's hilarious.
It's funny.
Yeah, Caesar's like, I got a 2-story house. I'm not fucking getting up on that fucking roof. Yeah, I
Oh,
just
yeah.
paid these guys. I just did. You see the commercial on TV all the time. Now the name is escaping me, but the gutter system that has mesh on it, so that you'll
Oh,
never get
yeah.
they'll never be clogged again. Yeah, I just did that. So
They're running out of water, Rob.
you're out of water. I've got some drink materials.
Help
I
me
got
if you have water
some
there.
drink
Help me at all.
materials. I don't have any. I don't know how much to drink out of all these things.
I want a D&D mug. Well, I
You,
don't drink coffee.
I got
I want
this
a
at
glass.
Wizards of the Coast in Seattle when I was there. Greg Tito gave it to me, and then I got this on the internet where you guys can all get one. It's me.
Yeah.
That.
Need to make some
And
merch.
I can give everyone on stream a blowjob like that.
We have a bunch of those. My husband
I've
loves
got like
those
6 of
little
them. Yeah.
compressor things.
I've
They're
got
really good
my
for cleaning out like computer stuff.
I've got my health and wellness catalog to order quarterly. My insurance
Mm.
company gives me $50 to order like aspirin and whatever out of this whole
Yes,
whatever I want.
ours doesn't do that.
Right? Because yours sucks. I don't know why. I have.
Which
Here's a little
I'm
secret,
just kidding.
everybody. My insurance company. Well, it's Medicare, but you have to gap that because they only pay 80%. So I have. What is the name of it? It's Oh my god! All of a sudden, I don't know the name of my own insurance company. It's United Healthcare through AARP. Now, here's the thing. This is what people don't know. You can join AARP when you're 18 years old.
What?
Yes, you do not have to be old, but You have, if you're not 50, if you're under 50, you have to do it through already somebody who's a member.
Oh.
But I've been an AARP member since I was like 39 or 40, and I've been getting discounts, everybody. I get, and my healthcare is, so that healthcare, because I'm disabled, that healthcare covers the other part of my, like if I just had Medicare and I went to the hospital, they pay 80%. I had to come up with 20% of the bill. So my liver transplant would have cost me like 300 grand. But that insurance that I have, there's no payment. There's
That's
no,
awesome.
yeah, it's awesome. So I mean, I do have like a monthly out of or a yearly out of pocket, and my medications are really cheap. Like anything I get that's a medication costs like $2, except the anti-rejection stuff. That
Yeah.
costs me about $100 a month, and that's the cheap.
Oh
That's the
God.
Yeah, that's the copay. That's so. I mean, if I didn't have any insurance at all, my medication to stay alive would cost me right around 40 grand a year. That's the out of the box. That's the
That's
off
crazy.
the shelf. It's insane.
And
I didn't ask to have
yep.
a bad liver. I didn't drink. I'm not an alcoholic. I don't know why I had a bad liver.
Yeah, I don't know. Our health insurance is okay. It's not like great, but it's not terrible either. Like if to go see the doctor, it's $20 copay, which is good, because some people have higher copay than that. Our prescriptions are really cheap. Like my son just has a prescription that's like $6. So that's pretty cheap.
What's your emergency room
Um,
fee?
I don't know because we never go to the emergency room, so I don't even know what it is. The only thing I don't like is that we don't get 100% coverage on our yearly, like, glasses. So, me and my 13-year-old son both wear glasses,
Yeah.
and last year, we, go to the optometrist, get a new prescription, and get new glasses. We made the mistake of buying glasses from in the optometrist, boutique or whatever you wanna call that. Um, because I was really dumb and I just wanted them faster. So we ordered them from there, and that cost us for 2 pairs of glasses, mine and his. It was like $600,
Yeah.
and
Glasses
I was just
are.
but that was after our insurance covered, like,
Yeah.
part of it,
Like
it's insane.
whenever I get my glasses replaced every year, whether I need it or not, I have to do it. And they only pay every second year. But it seems like
Yeah.
it seems like when I do it, it costs me like $400, and then when I do it with insurance the next year, it costs me like 320, and I'm like, what? With $80? Like I should be out of here for like $20. But yeah, glasses.
So I found a way better well, I'll tell you when my glasses get here. But my sister-in-law told me to order my to get, like, a printout of my prescription and my son's prescription and order my glasses online from a, manufacturer or a direct website. So she told me to go to Zenni Optical, which is where I went, and I paid $40 for prescription glasses. I
Yeah.
got, non-breakable frames for my son, all that, all this, all you can get all the belt, you can get transitions, you can get them tinted, whatever. So I ordered them last week and they'll be here probably next week. So if I like them, I'll let you know, and you can get
Yeah,
way cheaper glasses if you just order them
totally.
online.
Messi says he could watch a couple YouTube videos and figure out any medical procedure.
Oh my god. Actually, he's pretty fucking, like so I'll tell you a story. Our dryer broke once, and he's already a really handy person. He's fixed, like, fucking everything under the sun that he's a very handy person. Like, some people just can't. My husband is, like, the kinda guy where he'll
I
say, "I'll
can't.
just watch the video," right? And so he I don't know how he does it, but he'll find the YouTube videos where it's, like, specifically our model of whatever we have and then, like, the same problem, and here's how to fix it. He's done this with all of our cars, our washing machine, our drying machine, fucking coffee pots, like, everything under the sun. My husband can fix it. And so, yeah, he did it with we had this old ass dryer when we lived in Missouri, I think it was, and I'm telling you, this thing was like 20, 30 years old, super old dryer. Who makes YouTube videos on how to fix this stuff? But anyways, he found the YouTube video and he was like, "Oh, I can fix this." And he went out and bought all, wires and a new heating element and whatever the fuck fancy,
Yeah.
fix people buy, and duct tape, I don't know. And he went and bought it all and then fixed it all in like a day. It's really impressive. I do not possess that kind of
No, no,
skill.
I don't have
So
that gene at all. As a matter of fact, anybody that sees me, like, I'll just give you a generic example. The mechanic for the
yeah.
car. He's on the phone with his wife, right, sitting in his office, and he sees me coming, and all he does is scream into the phone, "We're going on vacation!" And he hangs up because he sees me coming, and he's going to get all kinds of money from me.
Aw. Yeah, and that's like my husband even said, sometimes it's more of a we can't afford to buy new things, so we have to fix the things that we already
Right.
have. So, I mean, maybe it's just the way he grew up too, but he's just so incredibly handy. And like, I've never been that way. And I was super poor my whole life. So if something broke, I would just go without. Like
Yeah,
I've
and
washed
I
my
I was
clothes in the
not.
bathtub and like hung them out to dry because things didn't work or whatever. That's we couldn't afford to buy new things, nor could we fix them. But he's like, no, we'll just fucking fix them, which is awesome. I love it.
He says what he does is he calls and gets a quote for repair and then goes, "Oh," and then he fixes it himself.
Right. Yeah,
But
exactly.
I was never like I didn't have a dad who taught me how to work on the engine or build the shelves that's not what my growing up experience was.
Yeah.
So I can barely put gas in my car. And as a matter of fact, driving home from the grocery store today, my light was on that I need gas. And so I was playing the game in my head like,
Can I go 10 more
well,
miles?
because on the way, I would have had to deviate. On the way home, the drive from Walmart to my house on the road I was going, there's no businesses, there's no gas station, there's nothing. So I would
Right.
have had to. So then I'm thinking, okay, I can either deviate and go get gas, or I can commit that the next time I leave my house, I can go nowhere first but the gas station, which is the choice I made. So my car's
Yeah.
sitting in my garage on fumes right now, and then I'll just
Yeah.
go, yeah. But oh my God.
Yeah. I'm just
You know how
lazy.
many modules like McDoubles I can get for that?
How many McDouble I know, right? And I love it too because we're kind of the same in that regard that we both like, we're very I mean, sometimes we splurge on stuff, but I like to think in general we're very frugal I can't even speak. We're very frugal people, which is why we work really well together because, I don't like buying like a lot of clothes and stuff, which is, s- untypical or whatever for being a girl. So I don't spend a lot of money like shopping and that kind of stuff. And so I think we both have that going for that. Both very frugal and he's, very much the same where he would rather fix things than buy a new thing. But it depends too. We do like splurging on fun things. Like me
Yeah.
today, I was like, "Hey, I'm missing some Fancy Grounds modules. Can I buy them?" Whereas I could just convert them myself, which I have done many times. But I was like, I'll just buy them. So we do spend money on frivolous stuff. It's usually stuff that makes us happy, hobby stuff, that kind of like he's really into drones. So he has a lot of drones and robots. He likes building robots in his free time. So that's what he's working on right now. He just bought it's a drone and a robot. I don't really understand the difference. He can tell you. But he bought like this little kit where you can put like a camera on it and teach it machine learning. So he was like showing me the robot, if you thumbs up or thumbs down, it knows the difference.
Yeah,
It like
that's crazy.
there's like on the computer, it'll say that's a thumbs up and that's a thumbs down. I don't know how he does this shit, but like I said, he's also a programmer
Well, when he
as
builds
a
me a sex
profession. So
robot, there's some money in it for him.
but yeah, he like that's his hobby and that's a very expensive hobby. So that's probably why he likes saving money in other areas
Yeah.
because robotics are really expensive. Yeah, I'm rambling now. I'm sorry.
Robotics. Robots.
Robotics.
Robotics.
Robots. Robots. And that's
Yeah,
they always say that on Futurama. Robots.
robots. I remember the
That's
Saturday
always my
Night Live
favorite.
sketch with Mike Myers and Nicole Kidman, and she just
You
kept
gotta
saying,
read chat.
"You just," she just kept
Sorry.
saying, "I'm a robot. I am a
I'm
robot."
a robot. Yes. Your sex
Better.
robot will cost you 30,000 McDoubles.
My God, how was this?
I didn't realize he liked McDoubles so much, but I guess
Well, we
he's
figured out
gonna charge you
$500.
in McDoubles.
Sales tax is 8.8% where I live, so
Uh-huh.
and McDoubles are $269, so it was $500 is 170 McDoubles. We figured it out. But hold on a minute. 269. Wait a minute. 269 times 1.088 equals
Oh my god.
378 times. No, that can't be right. Wait. 2.69 plus 1 point. No.
Look,
Times
I
1.
don't know. Math
Wait a
is
minute.
hard. I'm not that smart.
Oh, I did it. 1.088 equals. Yeah. God damn it. 2.6. Wait a minute, everybody. Wait. Times 1.088 equals. Okay, yeah. 293, right? 293 with tax. So 293 times 30,000. He's telling me the price is going to cost me $87,900.
Yeah, for your sex robot.
Provided
Dude,
the
you could
sex
buy a
robot.
house for that in some places.
What's better, a sex robot that does everything you tell it and is like a person, or a house?
Or a tiny house in Kentucky.
Right. Oh, the answer to your question, George, is 293.
Math is hard. I don't need a sex robot. So
But I do.
I'm sorry, Rob.
Wait,
I mean, I guess I'll.
hold on, let's just back this up a second. If I'm willing to pay, like, let's just round it off. Let's say $50,000, right? Couldn't I find some young woman to tell them, I'll give you $50,000. I'm only going to live another 20 years. I'll
Right,
give
yeah.
you $50,000
Well,
plus everything I own when I die.
okay, if you're easily offended, plug your ears, chat. Okay. You can do that. She'll probably come from another country and she won't speak English very well.
Oh no, I'm out. I gotta be able to talk to her. Now some guys would say, "Oh, that's perfect. I don't want to talk to her." No.
Yeah.
I got a Russian bride, Caesar says.
Yeah, exactly.
Right, but I'm not looking to be president, everybody. I'm just looking to have a girlfriend.
Oh my god,
Hello.
stop.
She's a mail order bride.
Was she though? I thought her family was like kind of well off.
Well, she was a model, and then she
Yeah.
married
Like
Donald
that.
Trump when she was, I think, 28 or 29.
Yeah,
She's
she's
50
not a
now.
mail order, but she's not like fleeing, war torn country and saying, "Sure, I'll marry the next American
Wait a
who
minute.
pays
Are
me
all
money."
mail order brides fleeing persecution? I didn't
No,
know
but
that.
I am aware that it is one of the many motivations that women will seek that out.
Yeah.
That's all.
The
Look,
robot
I'm trying not to
that
get too into it because you never know.
the robot that has
You
an
never
off
know.
switch is worth 20 of the 50K. Oh my god.
That's funny.
No, if you've been
This was
alone as
awesome
long
stuff.
as I have, that's basically what you're craving, is someone to talk to. I mean,
Yeah,
if
and I
I'm not on
understand
stream, I'm
that.
just here in my house by myself. What the fuck?
That's why you have friends. I'm
Yeah.
sorry I can't have sex with you and marry you, Rob, but I still care about you as a
I understand.
person.
I appreciate it. You're my good friend. I
See?
have one other woman friend, one other good close woman
Ida?
friend, Ida, but she lives
Yeah.
in California, and I see her once a year, but not sometimes. Like this year she won't come.
Right.
And then
Because Corona ruined
because
everything.
Coronavid had to
Yeah.
fucking put the smack down on everything, including my Valley speech. It's over now, everybody. Don't worry about it.
It was pretty good. Because I'm from California and people always say, "Oh, can you do the California girl voice?" Yeah, I totally can.
I mean, can't anyone? That voice, the fun. Well, I had a girlfriend who grew up in Mississippi, but then she used that voice to break herself of her accent, so I loved
Oh
that. But
god.
when I worked at Singular or AT&T cell phone store in Studio City, California, we had this big BlackBerry promotion at the time. So you got to remember this is like 15 years ago. So every poster, every like on the glass door, front and back door, all the walls, hanging from the ceiling, everything said BlackBerry on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this one girl, she was maybe in her
Blackberry.
mid 20s, comes into the
Mhm.
store one day and just walks in, and there, like I'm at my desk and another guy's there, and there's maybe two of us out front and a couple people in the back. She walks to the middle of the store and just stands there and looks around, and she goes, "Do you guys have any blackberries?" Just like
Oh
that. And I slowly, like, if this is the counter, I slowly had
no.
to go under the counter like this. And I was laughing so hard. And my friend Chris, who was the only other sales guy on the floor, he like picked up the phone. Nobody on the phone. He just picked up the phone and goes, "Yes, sir. We can certainly." Because he was trying. We were trying not to laugh. And then I ended up selling her a BlackBerry. But oh my God, that I was so happy that I had experienced that woman coming in there and using, and the whole time I talked to her was that voice.
I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
Do you guys have like any blackberries?
Do you guys have any blackberries?
Oh my God, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I actually knew a lot of people who did talk like that. And I know that like sometimes when I talk, I have that sort of inflection in my voice, but I try not to. I'm very self-aware of it. So I try not to let it come out too much. Now
It's all right if it does,
thinking about
Robin.
the way I'm talking.
No, but yeah, you're self-conscious now. We like it.
But it's weird though because there's a lot of people in California that do talk like that. And
Mm.
I don't even know what it is. You know, it's an environmental thing and it just like seeps into your
Yeah,
every fiber of your being.
I used to think that um people that people and especially women that overuse the word like, I used to
I
think was
do.
an age thing, and it's not. It's regional,
Yeah,
like
I say like
California.
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's people who say it every third or fourth word that
Yeah, no, I try not
is,
to do
yeah,
that.
it's insane.
But I do I'll use it in the context of like if see I just did it. If I said something, I was like, "Hey y'all," you know what I mean? So I say that a lot
Yeah.
too. And I know that that's not it's not correct. It's not the way to say I said and then quote. Um for me it's just like a second nature to say things that way. He was like, "What's up, y'all?" I don't know. I can't explain it.
I've used
It's
as a
weird.
colloquialism lately. I use only because it's fun and I purposely know I'm doing it. But I'll say when I went somewhere, I was all, "Hey, buddy," I was all,
Mhm,
which is
yeah.
and what you're supposed to
It's
saying
the
is
same thing.
right. I said, but I was
Yeah.
like I was all,
Yeah, that
but I do
we're
it to
saying
be
the same
ironic
thing.
and funny. Like I'm such a grammar Nazi and I bust people for
Right.
mispronouncing words. But I do it like especially in Discord, you can tell if you read what I'm typing, you can tell the intent behind like, oh, he's being
Mhm.
ironic and being funny.
Yeah.
Unless,
I can't help it though, because 'cause I'll text my husband if the kids say something funny. I'll be like, "Today Aiden was like, 'Ha ha, mom,'
yeah,
and told me this funny joke," or you know what I mean? I can't help it. Wow, I just now realize how much I do it too. Um
it's okay to have a it- I'm very forgiving and even encouraging of some of a fun speech pattern like that.
Mhm.
What gets to me is if you're watching like a newscast and someone's being interviewed and it's like a serious situation, and
Yes.
then the person is saying, we came out here and like all the buildings are on fire and like it was
It
it
was
was like
crazy.
unbelievable, and
Yeah.
becomes the or the when they can't
Yeah.
think of anything, like
Yeah.
like I was so like flabbergasted, like searching
They
for a
wouldn't
big.
say
No,
flabbergasted, I'll
no.
tell you that
Some
right now.
people do that. They search for a $10 word in their head, and as they're doing it, they say like three
$10
times.
word?
Yeah,
Oh my god, I'm gonna use that now. A $10 word.
yeah.
Yo, I love me some $10
Me
words.
too.
Oh,
I
we
like
need to inject our vocabulary more with $10
I
words.
like to increase my vocab. I like to up the
You
cab.
Larry.
You Larry. Cab. like my vocabularies.
Vocabularies.
Oh,
What's the other word that
isn't
you
it
could say?
vocabulary? 10-penny word.
Vocabulary.
Um,
10-penny word.
wait, isn't that Romeo and Juliet? The
Vernacular.
Capularies? Who? Now I'm getting confused.
Capulet.
Yeah,
Montague.
the Capulets and the Montagues. They
I
were
like
fighters.
vernacular. I think that's a even better $10 word. Vernacular. Okay.
Yeah,
All
Caesar, we
right. It's
did.
getting super late. It's
We
10 o'clock, Rob.
You
I will,
wussy! It's
now I'm
only
not going to finish
8:09.
my
It's
module
8:09.
tonight. It's
Yeah,
10
I'll be.
o'clock for
Don't
me,
worry,
by
I'll
the
still be up
way.
at 3 o'clock when you finish. I'll still be
Right.
up.
Well, I'm saying because I go to bed in like 2 to 3 hours. So I sound like such a California girl right now. I can't unhear it. Fuck
I
me.
Here, I'll help you to unhear it because here's what you don't sound like. I go to
Ah,
bed in 3 hours. Okay. God.
okay.
You
All
don't
right.
sound like
So
that.
I'm gonna work on it until I go to bed. If I
Okay.
don't finish it by the time I go to bed, then I'll finish it tomorrow morning, and it'll still be done by tomorrow.
Very
So,
good. Awesome. All right.
oh, before we
Oh, go
go
ahead.
though, I never got to talk about it earlier. Just real quick, I wanted to let everybody know in chat because the cat is out of the bag. I got a job writing for EN World.
Oh, right. I can't believe we didn't
I
fucking lead with that.
yeah, oh
Yay!
shit.
Now, can you describe anything specifically, or do you
I
not know?
fucking can. I can't be entirely specific. I'll make this quick because it is really late for me. I can't be incredibly specific, but what you can do is you can in your Google search bar or whatever you can search EN World Level Up 5th edition. That's the team I'm on. And basically what we're doing is we're writing I wouldn't even call it a supplement. It's so much more than a supplement, but we'll be redoing 5th edition and making it crunchier. So think of like how 3.5 was, right? We're doing that. It'll be like 5.5. We're adding a whole bunch of new mechanics to combat, exploration, and all these things for 5th edition to just make it more crunchier and more rules heavy and more for people who like more tactical stuff, that kind of stuff, that sort of crowd. So if you're not into that kind of stuff, then it probably won't be a product for you. But yeah, I'm writing for that. I'm
So
so excited.
are they gonna market that as like a release, an OGL release, or how are they?
Yep,
What is?
it will be OGL. It will be fully compatible with base 5th edition. It's just gonna be like 5th edition plus, if you wanna think about it that
Wow,
kind
that's
of
kind
that
of
way.
cool.
Um, yeah. So, yeah.
Awesome. Now,
I
is
don't know a
this
better
a?
way to pitch it.
Can
I
you
am
give?
obviously not on the team to do marketing, so
Can you give details? Like, is this, you said you call it a job? So will you be getting a salary, or will there be like per project payment for you, or how are they gonna?
Yeah, so it will be, um I'll get writing assignments, and then based on the words, I get paid by word rate, for whatever I write for the book.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah,
Super
yeah,
cool.
and it's gonna be, like, a lot, but I'm so excited, and there's a lot of really cool people on the Level Up team that I think, if you pay attention to, like, who people are on the DMs Guild, you'll probably recognize a lot of the names, or people who have done things for Wizards of the Coast too. Like Mike Myler is the lead designer for Level Up, and then obviously Mr. Morris from Ian World. His last name's Morrissey. I
Yeah,
don't know why I'm
I
forgetting
listen to
his
their
first
podcast a
name.
little bit sometimes.
Right. Yeah. So he's the other lead designer, and Russ. That's his first name, I believe. Anyways, and yeah, it's just there's what I was getting at is that there's a lot of people on the Level Up team that are much more experienced than I am, obviously, because I don't have that many writing credits to my name. I do have a few, in case people didn't know. I have like written 5th edition content before, not just Fantasy Grounds conversions. But I'm definitely like the new kid on
Awesome.
the block.
Here's
But I'm
the
excited.
here's the Ian World post about it, guys. I put the link in the chat there.
Thanks. Yeah.
I'm gonna go comment on here. Robin's the best.
Aw, thanks.
I have to
But
read
I'm
through what
super
these people.
excited
That is so
because
awesome.
when I applied with, you know, sort of in my, I guess, showed them what was in my writing wheelhouse, if you will. And I did use some things that I can't talk about, unfortunately, but things I use in my own home games to make them, different than how 5th edition works now. I guess you would call that house rules or whatever. So I really hope that I get to write more about some of those systems and just give that game give 5th edition a little bit more oomph to it, which is really fun to say.
Are they consulting with Wizards of the Coast, or they're just doing their own thing because it's
No, yeah,
OGL?
it's entirely OGL.
Okay.
So, think of the way Kobold Press would do something.
Yeah, they don't have to do anything then. They
Yeah.
can just
Mhm.
Pathfinder is
Yeah.
all OGL, right? They just made a whole company out of it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So, I'm so excited.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Thanks.
That's a big step to your dream job to work for
Yes.
Cobalt Press.
Yes. Yeah, that's my dream job is to work at Coldwell Press, which, is I think an accomplishable dream job. So
Oh,
I
I
love
totally
it.
believe it. I believe in you. I say what you say to me. I
I think
believe in
I
you,
can get there.
Robin.
Oh, thanks, Rob. I
I mean,
appreciate
look
it.
at my perfect Joe Biden teeth. I mean, come on.
I know. I wish I had perfect teeth. I'll just we'll get that next. So then I
That's
can take a headshot picture and it'd be a nice one.
we'll call that let's see, D&D next, level up. We'll call it Teeth 2.0. I don't know.
2.0.
I recommend everybody, by the way, for those people that don't know, these are not real. And I recommend your dentist will fight with you about this. They'll tell you to keep your teeth as long as you can. I recommend, if you're 20 years old, I recommend getting all your teeth yanked out. No more dentist. No more cavities. No more pain. No more, what do people, cankers? No, nothing. All you do is you have to clean your teeth once a day. Right back in business, everybody. It's the best.
Boom.
And all sickness in the
Just
human
like
body
that.
starts in the mouth anyway, but I'm
Yeah,
all good to go.
that's true. I told my kids that to hopefully scare them into brushing their teeth more often.
Yeah, because if you still have your real teeth that you were born with, you got to brush and floss those fucking bad boys like 5 times a day to be sure that you're
Mm,
doing it right.
yeah, pretty much. I only do it twice, so
Twice is the minimum.
right, it's probably why my teeth aren't that well, I know why my teeth aren't that great. My parents weren't very good parents, and they didn't instill in me good brushing habits. So, until I was much older and, when you become more conscious about that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
that's it was too late.
too late.
By then, I already had cavities and
And I
stuff,
had it.
yeah.
My hand was kind of forced too. I had liver disease, which kind of made me get my teeth
Oh,
rotted
yeah,
out.
yeah,
But I didn't ask for it, you guys. Not my fault. I didn't do anything.
right, yeah.
So,
Alright,
all right.
alright.
On
This was
so,
great, Rob.
huh? Yeah.
This was a great
So
show.
really happy that I'm glad you. I can't even believe we didn't start with that, but it's so awesome that you got that N World gig. EN. It's not N
Yeah.
World, by the way. It's EN World.
I
Everybody.
say EN
It
World.
is
I've
EN
never
World.
actually verbally heard anybody else say it,
No,
so
I've heard them say it's EN World, and I
um,
always screw up and say N World, but it is EN World because
yeah,
EN is somebody's name. It's initials
I'm
EN, I think.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for
I'm
watching.
stoked. Look for
Come.
it probably won't be out for, like, a year or 2 because we're
Thank you,
just now
Celestial.
writing.
Eric Noah
Then
is
it
the
has to go
guy's.
through editing, layout, art. It'll be a while. It's not gonna be out, like, next week or anything like that. But I just wanna let everybody know I did it, I'm making it. I'm so excited.
You're making it. You're making
I'm
it
making
happen.
it.
Pretty soon you'll be able to say, I work on level up. Okay. You'll be able to say that.
Yeah.
Level up. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Come back on Friday and watch the game. And until then, good gaming, everyone.